Welcome to 2020's Golden Gunts Awards. We're in the 100th year of the Academy of Kino and Nectar, and I'm joined today by PPP.
Yeah, second annual Golden Gunts.
And Surfer.
Yeah.
In order to pass the nominees and decide upon a winner for each category. We've got about 20 categories, is that correct?
20 categories this year, that's right.
And they're quite varied in scope. Many winners, many losers. But without further ado, let's dive right in to the first category for the Golden Gunts Awards 2020, and that is the most homosexual leader of the white race. Now, our nominations are Owen Benjamin, Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, and Stephen Crowder. PPP.
It's a tough category there, Godwinson. I mean, all four of them are absolutely stellar homosexuals. All four of them stellar candidates for leader of the white race. There's a lot of moments you can think of this year where they acted in a homosexual fashion. I mean, Stephen Crowder, still hasn't had kids. That's suspicious. Crowder makes members of his staff that are men wear dresses and dance around in like frilly dresses and humiliate themselves. Weird gay shit like that. And you got Nick Fuentes with his
Catboy date there, Surfer.
Catboy date.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
it all hinges on
I
whether
have to say that Big Bear is pretty based, and I don't think that Big Bear quite fits in this category.
Well, but what about Owen Benjamin actually drinking turpentine at the moment as we speak in order to pray away the gay bear?
Yeah,
he's drinking turps in order to quell the gay demon inside him.
Owen Benjamin literally believes he has parasites making him gay, so he's drinking turpentine.
He's drinking turpentine
to kill the parasites that are making Owen Benjamin gay. Now
is that gay in itself?
If that's true, maybe he'll be cured. And that brings.
So what? We're giving him cured. So he's out by technicality.
Now.
He's out by technicality.
But we have to remember, this is the man who stood in the whacking room, whacking off with his pals. He thought it was normal to masturbate with other men.
Well, let's not forget that
20 years old.
Well, Owen Benjamin was molested. Yeah, and he was molested as a child. And that's his explanation for a lot of this stuff.
But his dad is also apparently a homosexual. That's what he says. His dad is gay.
But I mean, all of this hinges on whether Owen Benjamin has actually drunk enough turpentine in order to get away from the gayness.
Purge the homosexuality.
And if that is indeed the case, then he cannot win most homosexual leader of the white race.
Yeah, it could be Richard Spencer, but I think this is a toss-up here between Nick and Stephen Crowder.
I think you're about right there, Surfer. I mean,
Richard Spencer got the burger with the fucking, was it Swiss burger with roasted mushrooms or some shit.
And his favorite Kubrick film is indeed Barry Lyndon.
Barry
so that
Lyndon
kind of makes him even more gayer than
he has his list.
But then he does have children.
Yeah.
So where are we at this point?
But we have to remember, the white race leader portion of this, wherein, he led the white race at Charlottesville, and he led the white race into the 2016 election. And remember his great contributions there.
It's got to go to Fuentes, this, surely, lads.
I think so. I mean, Nick Fuentes.
I mean, you have Crowder on Crowder with Crowder, and he throws up a good competition.
Well, Lolly Socks was just last night admitting to having sex with traps.
So this is it, and Lolly Socks, for those who don't know, is Nick Fuentes' boyfriend. So, I mean, how much more homosexual can you possibly get?
Like his best friend is caught sucking horse dildos and pouring milk over himself in a French maid's outfit. Then they're making longingly gay-loving eyes to each other in a real sissy homoerotic fashion. And
it's Fuentes, shopping. Isn't it? Fuentes wins the 2020 Golden Gun for most homosexual.
Where's the envelope?
I suppose, yeah. So before we began, we were delivered a whole host of winners from the Academy of Kino and Nectar here. They've been independently sealed and verified, and it's for Surfer to open up who the Academy of Kino and Nectar have decided wins the Golden Gun for most homosexual leader of the white race 2020.
It's a critically important award.
So I'll open her up here. Who we got? And it looks like your winner for most homosexual leader of the white race is Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Yeah, it
A
couldn't
worthy
have been
winner.
anyone else.
A worthy winner there.
No, there was no competition really for him this year. I mean, Steven Crowder's going to have to start cuckolding Jared more on the show or whatever. Fuck.
But maybe next year it'll be Crowder's turn.
Maybe next year Crowder will ride a dildo. We don't know. We don't know what tricks he has up his fucking sleeve.
All right, so the next category for Golden Gun Awards 2020 is Most Based Boomer.
Most based.
Now we've got some very interesting nominees here. We've got WZ Rubicon.
Yeah, WZ Rubicon won.
A very good contender there. We've got Coach Red Pill, always a strong contender in whatever category he appears in.
Always, especially as
Gonzalo.
Gonzalo.
We've got E. Michael Jones. So he's got going for him is his grandfather's throne chair that was handed down to him.
He has this epic fucking ornately carved chair with the lions.
Well, I want the chair. I don't know about you, but I value that chair more than any idea that Box Day has
ever. It would suit you, your lordship. It really would.
I hope
it's
so.
a nice chair.
It's a very nice chair.
Nice
it
chair.
really is.
And it was said by his grandfather.
Yeah, it's got to be 150 years old at least.
Now, when you think of boomers, you do think boring, fucking, just kind of slow. And Vox really is boring and slow every single night on the dark stream. So there's that. But boomers also have wisdom, and Vox, he has a lot of wisdom.
Is Vox the most based out of these? We've got WZ Rubicon. Now, three of us are fans of WZ Rubicon.
Let me tell you something now. WZ Rubicon is the quintessential boomer. He is like the ultimate embodiment in like a mythological archetype of what the boomer could
He's
and
the
should
boomer
be.
phenotype, we could
He
argue,
is.
right?
He's like the genesis from which all boomers stem. Like,
I believe so.
all other models of boomer are just a variation upon the WZ Rubicon initial genesis model. And when you see WZ Rubicon, he's like a mechanic. He works with his hands. He's a real Doug.
His son's on meth.
His son's on meth,
but he's more concerned about the bread and circuses of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is fucking evil. You can't watch the Super Bowl.
TV is just brainwashing you.
It's
well, he's got some good points, and that's why I think that WZ Rubicon is really based boomer.
Well, WZ
He's probably
Rubicon,
the most based boomer.
I mean, the most based video he made,
fault.
right? But the most based video he made was where he discovered that wood was more sustainable than coal and nuclear energy.
That was right.
That was a discovery made as of last week.
Yeah, wood fire energy. That's
more
the
sustainable.
Answer. It's sustainable in our ecological. That's where we're at. I mean, WZ Rubicon, it's always the kids' fault. Fuck the kids, and he's just a sour old fuck.
I think with each video he gets more progressively sour.
Wood stove is nice. It's nice.
I'm sure it is.
So is it Coach Red Pill? I suppose we should discuss Coach.
Coach
had a rebirth of sorts earlier this year when he was demonetized.
That's right.
And decided to rebrand as
Gonzalo Lira.
Gonzalo Lira there. And the style of content has been rebranded to Let's Publish a Novel.
Yeah, and How to Make Films.
Now, we've watched all of these Let's Publish a Novel.
And until I see a copy of Wilshire Boulevard, I take everything Gonzalo tells us with a grain of salt.
About the publishing business. But I mean, he also published such great books as Acrobat.
Well, and it was for Acrobat, let's not forget, that Harvey Weinstein actually gave Coach $650,000 as an advance in order to make Acrobat for Miramax. So does that make Coach Red Pill based? Does that make him based?
Based. Fucking based. I mean, Coach is always a strong contender for most based.
Whatever category he appears in, he's
truly. He's an elite level contender, and so you could very well see. I mean, in any year, based boomer could be Coach. It's any given Sunday with Coach.
And then we've got E. Michael Jones. Now, E. Michael Jones, it's a difficult one to call because would you call "Let's Make Every Race in the World Catholic and Everything Will Be Great" based?
No. Actually, I wouldn't call it based. I'd call it cringe.
Yeah, cringe and gay.
Cringe and gay.
Michael Jones makes some good points, but he is a Catholic, and you can never trust a Catholic. So I'm gonna have to say it's not quite as based as it needs to be.
So I guess what we've got then,
but
we've got two really strong contenders for this category of most based boomer for the Golden Gunts Award 2020, and that is WZ Rubicon, and Coach Red Pill. Now, are Coach Red Pill's arms too
Well, hold
short
on.
to box
Hold
with
on.
WZ Rubicon?
Hold on, what about Teddy Spaghetti?
Well, we've discussed Box Day and his magnificent tan,
Teddy's pretty based.
but is he
You
based
know,
enough to
Teddy's
rival
got like a
WZ Rubicon?
156 IQ.
You know, is Teddy really
Yeah.
a boomer? He plays sports. He's, you know, a soccer star. He's got a mixed martial arts career.
He's a Renaissance man in every sense of the
I
word.
think he's like 60.
No.
No,
Teddy's
he's 20 at most.
20 at most.
Okay.
He's the
okay,
Supreme Dark Lord.
Well, let's consult the Academy of Kino and Nectar because these nominations and their winners have
They're
been
not really ours to make.
independently
Yeah.
verified and awarded by the Academy of Kino and Nectar. And what do we have here for Based Boomer Surfer?
So, you got her envelope. Let's open her up. So our winner this year for most based boomer looks like it's going to WZ Rubicon 1.
A very worthy winner there, very strong winner.
Truly unbelievable.
I think the Academy make the right call there, to be honest.
Absolutely. They recognize that he's the archetypal boomer. He is a legend in his field. And so that's you know, well deserved, righteously won.
So we're on our next category for the Golden Gunts Awards 2020. And we have Most Based Black Man.
Whoa!
Now, our nominations are Pastor Manning, Jesse Lee Peterson,
Oh!
Henry Davis, and Brittany Venti.
All
The category for Most Based Black Man here. 4 nominations. So let's just go through in order. Pastor Manning.
It's a
Now,
hard one.
we love Pastor Manning.
We do.
Pastor Manning preaches the ills of the ghetto.
He does.
He dictates and fully articulates the reason why Black people have been oppressed in America with such pinpoint accuracy that I think it's hard to distrust that he is indeed the most based Black man.
It's truly hard to contend with Pastor Manning. I mean, he gets right to the root issues that are at the heart of the African Americans' condition in America. And for that, we have to applaud him. He's truly an innovator like Martin Luther King Jr. or even Malcolm X.
100%. Jesse Lee Peterson, Surfer. So we were watching some of this yesterday, were we not?
Yeah.
And you rate him as having the best intro song?
Yeah. Jesse Lee Peterson's intro song is the best by far. And he gets a few points on the bass scale just from his intro song there. Now, he did change it a little bit.
Yeah. So describe what the intro used to be, the Kino intro of the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Well, you know, there's a part where, because Jesse's singing it, you know, and there's a part where he goes, stand up. Stand up, you know, and when he says it, you see people in the picture.
So he's in the ghetto, right? The camera's in on the ghetto, isn't it? It's in, like,
it's through Detroit.
Yeah, it's like the Ferguson riots. You know what I mean?
People are laying on sleeping on the fucking sidewalk, like
in the very
cardboard boxes and shit.
In the very first stand up, there'd be some guy passed out behind a bush on the sidewalk, you know, and he cut that out. In the last episode I watched, so you know, it's not quite as based. It used to be a bit more based, but Jesse's pretty based.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can be a bit of a charlatan. But
example, I mean, you can't lay claims like this and not back them with evidence. What's Jesse Lee Peterson been untruthful about?
Well, you know, he's pretty good with his life advice and everything.
Right.
But when he gets into his theology advice, you know, and people will quote the Bible to him, and he'll tell them, no, you can't listen to people that quote the Bible, you know. But the Bible is the standard of truth, you know. So you should be quoting it back and forth when you have that debate. So, you know, that's not quite so base. But other than that, Jesse's political stance, Jesse's outlook, and sort of his advice for men is pretty based, you know. When he told Fuentes he was a beta for living with his mom, that was pretty basic.
And I think he was right there. I think
he
was pretty
really
amazing advice there. Henry Davis with Smoke, Antifa, I want the smoke.
Yeah. I want the smoke.
I want the smoke.
I want the
Go
smoke.
bring the smoke.
Bring the smoke.
Henry
Pulls out-
Davis, go bring
Bring
the
the smoke.
Bring the smoke. He pulls out his gun.
It's
He's ready to
amazing.
shoot
He's wearing
down
his
the-
MAGA hat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of Trump supporters getting their asses kicked by these pansy Antifa. Better bring the gun. Bring the smoke.
Henry Davis. So I suppose
Henry Davis.
the one stronger nominee than Henry Davis and the three preceding black men we've had is indeed Brittany Venti.
Well, Brittany Venti is, when you think of what a black person is,
Well, when you
That
think of what
is-
a black man is, you just initially picture Brittany Venti.
you do. Like, if you were to think of a black man, like a Tyrone Jefferson type, you would envision Brittany Venti's
Yeah, just the
visage.
the phenotype.
Yeah, the phenotype, the
It's
initial
the
lineage.
archetype of the masculine, you
Yeah.
know?
So Venti, right? Sort of opinions on Venti. I know you're subscribed to her and you watch every one of her videos. And
I
you,
don't watch any of the
sit
videos,
around with like a
actually.
roll of tissues. But for the rest of us sane people, Brittany Venti is appalling, disgusting. Cat shit on the bed is all we see. Do we not?
Well, she shit in the bed and didn't clean it up.
Well, I remember Gonzalo actually telling me that she has a heart of blackness, and her soul is corrupting the wider morality of society.
Well, it is. It's decadent. It's depraved what she does. Now she's counter-campaigning against the word simp.
Simp, and she misunderstands the word simp. That's the worst thing. She's got one like weird pseudo definition of the word simp.
Everyone that watches her show is a simp.
Yeah. How do you feel about
Hey there,
that
buddy.
accusation?
Buddy, it's not simping, buddy. It's a fucking. You watch the Brittany Venti show. So she's got some great satire there, guys. Really fucking high-level satire, guys. It's fucking really unreal.
I suppose we should mention, right, that she had a sort of webcam date with Fuentes earlier this year.
Yeah, where she was
Where-
Dr.
yeah.
Melfi.
And yeah, where she
Nick
plays Dr.
blushing
Melfi from
like
from The Sopranos
Oh,
there. She's trying to diagnose Fuentes. I thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
And the conclusion is that he's just a homosexual, as is open.
that was the case, Nick,
So that was a pretty
The
that was a
masculine
pretty
essence of
I'm surprised Nick
Venti was
Fuentes.
flowing out.
I'm
you
surprised
know,
Nick
and
Fuentes didn't
God,
go for
Fuentes-
Venti.
Well, this is it.
Masculine.
I thought Nick Fuentes would be all about a black man, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe he just prefers Dickensian criminals. Who knows?
Could be. Anyway, let's
Is
see
it
what the
time to see
Academy-
what the Academy are saying? The Academy and Kino
Oh,
Nectar?
let's see. Looks like we got the envelope in.
the award for best black
Award.
man?
Okay.
Independently, sealed and verified.
So here's the envelope. Let's open her up. And it looks like your 2020 winner for most based black man is going to be Brittany Venti.
Very worthy winner there. I think the
Yeah.
Academy made the right call on that one.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't get much more of a black man than Brittany Venti, really,
No.
do you?
First thing pops into your head
All right.
immediately.
Our next category for the 2020 Golden Gunt Awards is Best Homeless Man.
Best homeless
Now,
man.
we've got a few really good nominations here. Let's
yeah.
just run through them. We've got Ghetto Van Adventures. Now,
Ghetto Van
it doesn't get
Adventures.
better, really. Billy Engerson,
Yeah.
Spoonie,
Spoonie, he's homeless. It's
And-
tough.
Darkside Phil,
DSP,
who may not
Central.
technically be homeless just at the moment, but is likely to be homeless
He's
by the time he finishes
circling the
streaming.
fucking
Right?
drain there.
Yeah, you never know.
So
Tough.
let's just start with Ghetto Van Adventures. Now, this guy, Canadian, lives in his van, is
Yeah.
a sort of future projection of PPP here,
Yeah.
trying out various fast food meals that he gets from drive-thrus, rating Walmart car parks
Yeah.
that will let him stay overnight.
It's a view of the Walmart.
Taking a dump in the forest.
Yeah,
He's living
literally
that
shits
van,
in the woods.
like, his van is literally fucking rusting. It's this piece of shit. It's
Well,
falling
it is a
apart.
ghetto
We got
van, though.
contracts all over the ground, you know, just covering it.
They fucking they asked him, well, how long did it take you to rig up this van? He goes, oh, about 5 minutes.
The video where he shows you his van is like an episode of Pimp My Ride.
But it's like a rusted out fucking just shit, dilapidated vessel.
But did you not enjoy the moment where he reviews the Tim Norton cinema bun?
Yeah.
And he looks at it and it's like a piece of rubber and he's holding it up and it's like failing in shape. That was
What,
a
he
keynote
gave a
moment.
bad review for the Tim Hortons cinnamon bun?
Even
It's
then, he
literally
kept it
just this
optimistic.
soggy-
Like, it was the worst piece of food you've ever
This
seen
like
enter someone's
breakfast
mouth.
sandwich.
And he eats it and sort of gives it he doesn't even trash it, right? He's that positive.
The cinnamon bun's really
It's
good.
like, well,
I don't know.
The cinnamon bun was good, but it's bland.
Yeah, he said he couldn't
This
taste
is
the
You gotta
Tim
get the one
Hortons
with the
element.
frosting on top.
Based.
And then he also
It's really
reviewed the habanero chicken.
The
Yeah.
habanero McChicken
Yeah,
from
yeah.
McDonald's. He
was a
reviewed
good
the
review,
Reese's
though.
Outrageous Bar.
Yeah, and to be fair, to his credit, he gave it a good review.
He did.
And it must be hard to come by, all of this money for this fast food.
Well,
when he lives in a
just
van and
lives in a
shits in the
van
woods
and collects welfare, which
Yeah.
is pretty incredible.
and drives around Canada.
Yeah.
So our next nomination is Billy Engerson. Explain Billy Engerson to us, man.
So Billy Engerson, for those of you who are uninitiated, which I imagine is all of you since he gets 3 views a video, Billy Engerson is a man with, I believe, like 14 subscribers. He's a homeless man in his like mid-50s or 60s. All his teeth have fucking fallen out. They're all fucking rotten. He's got this long-ass fucking hippie hair. He wears a leather biker hat. And he's got this old piece of shit fucking like Pioneer tablet. This RCA tablet, I think it is. His RCA brand tablet that he's filming on, and like the audio fucking is skipping. And he's filming from like the back alleyways of like where he's sleeping and shit as a homeless man.
But like watching
and
it's
uploading
like,
at the public library.
well, watching it's like MK Ultra with
You
every
know,
skip.
it's cutting in and out. It sounds like there's cryptic messages.
Yeah, with every skip,
You
there's
know?
a cryptic message going on.
It's like cryptic messages.
He's telling us about the Jays and the overlords. that
Yeah,
control us.
the Majestic 12.
It's all embedded in the frame skip.
That's Billy Engerson.
Spoonie for Homeless Man of the Year 2020.
I mean, we never thought this day would come, really, where Spoonie was homeless.
So he was at such a high. This past 10 years have just been rough for Spoonie.
Yeah.
They've been a rough ride. And they've culminated in his homelessness, in him looking like Grimer Wormtongue.
He got food at the McDonald's by children.
Yeah, children at McDonald's are booing him. He's attacking his Christmas tree, and any reminder of his girlfriend is sending him into a spiraling depression.
Yeah.
He can't even garner like fangirls off Twitter anymore to look after his sorry ass. It's over.
It's over for Spoonie.
It's over. He's in a cardboard box as we speak on Doug Walker's lawn.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough.
But is
I
he indeed
don't
the best homeless
know about best homeless man. He doesn't have, like, when you look at Spoonie, he doesn't have a lot of experience being homeless
He
compared
looks
to
homeless.
like a Billy Engerson, who looks like he's put in his maybe decade or two. And Billy's a man of the streets now.
Well, if Spoonie has very little
Spoonie's
experience,
not there yet.
Well, so if Spoonie has very little experience of being homeless, then DSP arguably has even less, as he's about to become homeless as we speak.
Well, he spent what, $25,000
just on an app
a
game,
WWE
right? On an
app,
app,
a wrestling app.
Thousands of his fans' money on an app. Every month, right? We wait for DSP to tell us that there's a surprise financial emergency.
We need a fundraiser.
We just need to crowdfund my life. Just surprise, something unexpected's come up.
Yeah,
because he spends all of his money on an app.
The WWE app, and then his condo's underwater.
What do you do on the WWE app?
Well, you spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
It's some, I don't know, fighting game, I think, WWE Legend or something. I don't know.
So he's probably got a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah. But I think he had 2 houses at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, well, one of them's fucked.
Yeah.
The other one, I think's okay. So who knows? DSP might not even really be homeless. But we really wanted to feature this category.
Yeah. So what is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying? So the Academy of Kino and Nectar have independently verified the winner.
Looks like we're getting an envelope just in fresh. Oh, let's open up the envelope. And it looks like your 2020 winner for most based homeless man is...
Well done. Very worthy winner there.
All he had to do was make a fucking vlog, but now he's eating out of the garbage can. Base Spoonie.
Well, look, it's been a horrendous ballad for the 4th.
But at least he's won a golden gun.
At least he's got a golden gun to glow in the night time to remind him of his former success as a critic of the year.
Tragic.
Tough.
So our next category for Golden Gunt 2020 is Best Comeback.
Oh,
Very good category, this one. Who's going to win the 2020 Golden Gunt for Best Comeback? Our nominations are Crouch, who sleeps upside down.
Crouch!
Beast!
Warski with his
Warski!
what is
Soy
his
boy
new channel even
documentary,
called? What's it even called?
Subculture.
Subculture. Yeah.
Subculture.
Ethan Ralph for coming back from the brink of the pill stream there. And PPP, who returned this year after a long absence of being in jail. Well, I finally raised all of the bail money. I had to go to Coach Red Pill
Yeah, Gonzalo bailed us out.
get some laundered money there. And I finally bailed PPP out
What
of the
a
Canadian
scam.
jail that he entered.
What a
when he
scam.
We got him out
floored
early.
that, police officer.
What a scam.
So let's just talk about the nominations. Kraut, what a great year it's been for Kraut.
It really has.
What a night it's been for Kraut.
Kraut, remember how low Kraut was at one point? So, like, not only did he have to leave YouTube for like 8 months or whatever it was, but then he fell below 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And everybody just kicked sand.
People every day were like live streaming his subscriber count
going down.
Yeah, just willing Kraut to die, willing Kraut to suicide and sunset himself. And then miraculously, right? Well, we know the reason why, but miraculously, right? Kraut sort of
surged.
Yeah,
in
he gathered the spirit bomb as he was bloodied and wounded on the battlefield.
He's near.
And he rose to his levitation and threw the spirit bomb on all of his enemies and remained the victor.
Kraut rises.
Kraut rises.
Kraut wins.
Shadow all over Orski.
And you'd think
when the comebacks crossed over.
But you'd think, right, that Kraut with this amazing success, all of these hundreds of thousands of subscribers have all come back to him, and even more from other places. Yeah. People actually see him as not a split dick Victorian melodrama villain. People don't see him as that anymore. People actually see him as
a respected scholar, a maker of documentaries. He's a documentary
intellectual. He makes some pretty smart videos.
But you'd think, right, with all of this success, that Kraut would become a happier person. But no, he's still sleeping upside down. He's still calling Godwinson and PPP at 3 a.m. on Christmas Day.
He's talking to me at Christmas Day. We must execute Order 60.
He's planning all of his revenge.
The guy's got the weirdest sounding voice I've ever heard.
So is Kraut a paranoid schizophrenic?
I don't know.
The thing is with Kraut, right? Even though he's got this great success, even though he should just forget everything that's happened to him, or at least move past it now because he's been vindicated, he's become even more evil, has he not? He's using this success as like a cudgel. He's fully embraced the dark side.
Twisted in
my initial image when I picture Kraut, when he calls me on Discord, I think I'm like being summoned by Emperor Palpatine.
Well, it's like
I can hear the music, the Palpatine music.
The Emperor Palpatine at the end of Rise of Skywalker, where he's just controld by machines.
Yeah. He's
like controlled by his handlers.
He's got whited
eyes, or whoever these weird handlers he has.
And he's just like, I will destroy JF.
I'm coming for you, Warski.
Gonzalo.
He might be a weird sounding guy, but he is sure making a comeback.
He did have a good comeback.
He's making some pretty good. He's making some pretty smart videos.
And the thing is, like, there's wisdom in Kraut, I suppose. So there are people that are actually, recognizing value in Kraut's content. And I suppose the real thing is that. And the lesson to be learned from all of this is you can do anything online. You can literally show your asshole on a stream to hundreds of people and still, be somewhat respected by the internet. You can still come back from the brink. And as the other 3 nominations for Best Comeback will demonstrate, you can come back from like willing someone's death, ordering one of your minions to murder someone in cold blood. You can come back from, taking so much Xanax on your show that you can't even speak properly, and you're just begging for Jim to return. But so Warski, let's discuss Subcultured. He's come back with a series of 10-minute documentaries.
Yeah, these are really long-form videos and long-form.
Now, we've watched all of them. Thoughts, sir?
You know, like Orski's come back. He's really putting his foot forward. He's putting an effort in, but like the guy sounds like he's lost most of his brain cells. You know, like, and it's not even in like what he says. It's just it's in his voice. You know, there's something about it.
Well, he sounds like an even more brain damaged Rocky.
He sounds
yeah. It's like
you're mad at me. I did it.
This is how he should market this new channel. He should market this new channel with a Rocky Sylvester Stallone avatar, right? Adrian, Majora's Mask.
Adrian.
He spells Majora's Mask instead of the A.
No, literally every single one of these documentaries that he makes is preceded by like a 4-minute training montage where Geek Thulu's like singing "Hearts on Fire" to Andy Wilson. He's doing push-ups in a lodge there, in a snow lodge.
Yeah,
no, but I mean, good for him. He's putting his foot forward, you know.
Well, I mean, so what do we think of the Kobe Bryant documentary that he did?
Garbage.
Well, that's
Ari
because you
Shafir's a
gave
legend.
but you gave the take that Kobe Bryant rots in hell.
And he's
but I think to wider society, people are going, "Oh, that was a good video, Warski."
No, they're gonna side with Ari Shafir, and they know the truth. They know that Kobe's in hell, and that Ari did what was right.
You know, Kobe was trying his best, buddy.
You know, I was convinced when Kobe Bryant died. I thought, "Oh shit, the guy from Space Jam has died."
Let's face it, Kobe couldn't even carry LeBron jockstrap. He's like LeBron's little slave. You know what I mean? On the plantation.
Like
LeBron cracked the whip on Kobe's bitch ass.
Well, I mean, I thought it was Michael Jordan, so I feel bad. I feel bad. I mean, his daughter died in the crash. There, you know,
it's a terrible.
It's a terrible event.
Well, he was a suicide because LeBron passed him in points, and so he couldn't let his daughter live with that shame. So he took them both out that day.
Oh shit!
That's what Kobe did.
Our next nomination is Ralph for Best Comeback. So last time we saw Ethan Ralph, right, he was coked up to the eyeballs. He was on as many barbiturates as possible. He couldn't even speak. He was calling his co-hosts autistic.
Yeah.
Even Gator was being like,
Gator, you owe me $300.
You owe me $300 for like paying your rent.
Gator, I'll pay your rent.
Poor
boy.
guy. Poor guy. Let's not forget the Gator, by the way.
Gator.
Gator spent like $300 on a luchador mask for Ralph's event. You know,
and then he took it off.
And then he took it off anyway.
Shannon.
But look, so Ralph melted down completely. He can't even speak, and he's sort of desperately yearning for Jim to come back onto his show.
Jim, please, Jim, we love you. Jim's his own man, and he makes his own decisions.
I love Jim.
I love Jim.
I love my wife, Coach.
I love my wife. She's not a dirty old packet that's 500 pounds. No, with a monobrow. Oh, unibrow. No. I love my wife.
Xander. No, I didn't dox him. That's not true.
It's not true.
No, it's not true.
It's not true. It's not true.
So yeah, he managed to come back from that, but bafflingly. He sort of persevered. He carried on doing a show. I think we can know a lot of Ralph's comeback to Dame Pesos there for being the only one really charitable enough. Dick Masterson and Dame Pesos really rescued him from that hole he was in.
Yeah.
Because let's be under no illusions here. This guy is just like he's a raging alcoholic. He can barely even get it together for a show he does for 1 hour.
He's missed 3 shows last week.
Holy
the
shit.
show he does do, the microphone doesn't work.
Terrible.
I mean, the co-hosts are all autistic.
The show is absolutely awful.
They can't fucking figure anything out.
It comes to something.
I mean, this is it. Like the guy put out a couple good ones. You know, like he was starting to come back. He had Jim on. You know, it still wasn't.
No, but let's not forget that
Jim
was only there because he wanted to be monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason Jim actually appeared because he wanted to tell everyone that he wanted super chats.
I've been demonetized.
So Jim just used Ralph just to get his shekels off.
And I mean, like, I enjoyed watching Styx and
Michael
Jones.
That was it was a good debate. So this is why he's got a best comeback nomination.
But it's all falling apart again.
And then our next comeback was PPP. Now, PPP's had a strong comeback here. He's been ranting about the evils of Kobe Bryant rotting in hell. He's been going after Ralph extra hard. He's been going after Gator, his Appleboy sidekick. You know, even got the video taken down. It was that successful. he's been rising so hard, actually. I mean, how many subscribers are you on now? You've gained like
2,400 now.
So he's gained like 1,500 subscribers in a matter of like weeks.
Yeah, like 2-3 weeks.
You know, the channel's growing. He's getting hundreds of live viewers a show. Old fans of PPP can't believe that he's finally, you know, sold out and become a totally celebrity.
I know.
Even going as far as monetizing the Spoonie documentary that a
true.
humble
That's
lolcow
not
scholar
true.
made for him.
That's not
But
true.
Who knows?
not
He's just
true.
keeping the fort down on lock.
But all we know, right, is that it was laced with that.
What a fucking scam.
So PPP returned. What are the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying here, Surfer? The independently sealed and verified winner belongs in an envelope that Surfer is about to disclose.
So we got an envelope in. Looks like our winner this year for the 2020 most based and biggest comeback is going to Kraut.
Wow. Feel the dark side. Give into its evil.
So
You
Kraut,
will
right?
receive a golden gun.
Kraut's probably watching this video, you know, hunched over someone's skull that he's picking apart.
He's drinking
You know,
blood.
he's
from,
drinking-
like, you know, the skull.
He's just bathed in darkness, you know, and he's finally just had a little shadow of a smile fall across his face.
Yeah, this little
you know.
shadow of a smile.
We've given him a little
No.
ounce, a morsel of joy there. You know?
Wasn't rigged. They're saying it's rigged. It should have gone to Ralph.
It's
What?
Kraut. Kraut
How did
is
you
the
give
best
it to Ralph?
comeback here.
Ralph's hasn't done fuck all. His show still sucks.
So we've made Kraut's year. You know, perhaps we've stopped him from stalking that child he's been stalking on the streets of Austria. There, perhaps we've given him a little bit of joy to stop killing.
Don't
So
sleep upside down happy tonight.
most shameless grifter. Now this is the Mr. Metica Award for most shameless grifter. We've got
Mr.
4
Medical
nominations. Here.
Legacy.
Yeah, so I mean, let's just talk about the history of the award. So coined by Jim, sort of around the same time he opened that Patreon here.
Yeah.
We've got a really outstanding category because all of the nominations are completely shameless. They're scum.
They're whores.
They're just whores
The
of the
lowest
highest
of the
order.
low.
Shilling, NordVPN, Proton Mail, anything and everything that they could
These
possibly
people are
get their
lower than
hands
the
on.
smut on the wall of
Selling
hell.
stickers with their stolen avatars on front of them.
Oh,
Just grifting
Just
along.
grifting along.
Yes,
Getting that
Yeah,
money.
just filling the
Yeah.
thumbnail,
Oh,
with anything
yeah.
custom,
Oh,
anything with like a few bits of
Grifting
text
right
on.
on up.
Filling the arbitrary time slot there. You've got to fill it out to 10 minutes. Say nothing of worth.
Nothing
Stretch
of
out your
value.
point to 10 minutes
Yeah.
artificially. Just be the most shameless grifter, just to match the algorithm, just to meet those ads.
So you can catch
Yeah.
that gravy train of a few $dozen.
So that's the nomination here. So we've got the Mr. Metica Award for most shameless grifter, and our nominees are there's 4 of them. We have Toad McKinley.
Yep.
We've got Vincent James, The Quartering, and Mr. Obvious. Now,
Wow.
this is very hard to call because all of these people are just shameless in their
Shameless,
actions.
just absolutely abhorrent individuals.
Let's just start with Toad, man. Now you've got an axe. He's got an axe to grind with Toad.
Look,
here.
Toad is a total fucking piece of shit. Toad is a fucking garbage human. All his videos are ripoffs. You know, everything he's ever done is unoriginal. He's a diet fucking Mr. Medicare who wishes he was Jim, but never will be Jim, never will have the charisma, the presence, the success of Jim. He's never going to make the money of Jim, although he wishes he could, selling his gay fucking Toad stickers for 27 fucking
What about his
dollars.
Gravy Squad?
Gravy Squad shirt. You better fucking buy into my scam, my fucking $35 t-shirt or whatever.
So
bullshit
here
it
was
is.
the point for me. Like, I'm a Toad McKino guy. Like, I like my monthly Chantel. You know,
Monthly Chantel.
I don't know.
Let's just kick sand in this
I
fucking
like-
awful bitch's face
You
forever.
think it's easy?
I like
being
him talking.
Chantel?
But I like him
Let's just
talking
bully him
about
into suicide.
Boogie 2988's high crimes. You know, what am I going to
Oh,
learn
yeah.
from this?
Oh, we're
version of
learning
Jim?
so much that, you know, not 1,000 other people have fucking covered.
But
this
here was the
before.
point. Here was the point that actually got me to write down his nomination here for the Academy of Kino and Nectar. We're watching Toad McKino just
Yeah.
sitting down. You know, we're ready for this. We're watching it premiere. Not even seconds in, right? We're shilling Proton Mail.
This video has
Oh
been
my
sponsored
God.
by Proton
What a
Mail.
sellout! And even then, he's laced it with adverts.
Laced it with adverts. Shilling his Patreon.
Anything and everything is possibly shilled. Everything and everything is possibly
Proton
shilled.
Mail is secure in Switzerland.
Now, I know you're a big fan of Proton Mail, so you didn't quite see this as a high crime as I did. But I want him in the fucking Hague for this.
I want him on trial for genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time, is it not?
It is. This is like high crimes and misdemeanors. I think Toad McKeno should be impeached.
Yeah, it's time.
He's
It's
impeached.
time.
Toad
I think
Man
it's
bad.
time to turn on
Unironically.
super chats.
No,
Well, I mean, if we were Toad, we'd have already read out about
Yeah.
4 super chats.
we have read all these.
We'd have had 4 rounds of super chats. We'd have not had any actual content.
There would be no
There'd
content.
be no content.
We'd still be
It'd
on
just
the first category.
We'd still be on the first, sort of shill for NordVPN.
Jeff Shuckelberg says, "I'm a faggot." Wow! Wow, super chat, so good. Same shit for 3 hours. Woohoo!
How's he gonna pay the rent?
Oh, I know. He's
Another person-
fucking at the public library jerking off to cuckold fucking porn, fucking weirdo. Fuck's sake.
Another person,
Eating
right?
fat as shit.
Another shameless e-grifter is Vincent James. Surfer, tell us about Vincent.
Based, and the guy's been demonetized. I'd say Vincent's probably the most based of them all.
But he's
because he
shilling
does-
like there's no tomorrow, man. Like there's
Well,
not
he
even like a
does.
pretense of
He
him not
solved the
shilling.
neck pillow.
I think
Fucking
Vincent-
neck
I
pillow.
think Vincent
neck-
really believes in what he sells.
The neck pillow?
Vincent's got the My Patriot supply, which it's always a good idea to stock up on dry food.
It's
like
absolutely
you're a
shameless.
cat.
It's complete
You need
shamelessness.
your dry food.
And remember,
You
the Trump
mix it
silver
with
dollar.
water and you have meals for 4 weeks. So, it's good to stock up on that in case it all collapses. And he also, on like the same page,
So our next nomination for most shameless e-grifter, Golden Gun 2020, is the Quartering. Now, I'm going to cut my rant on the Quartering.
Go ahead.
I've been growing out the beard. I'm ready to do so much parody of the Quartering. I'm ready to just smirk the guy's channel completely. I've got all these videos lined up of what I'm going to do to be the Quartering 2.0. This guy, he strings out every single letter of every word he says in order to get to the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no expertise on whatever he's discussing, like at all. I think the only thing he's actually sort of remotely expert in is being punched in the face by a tranny and then crowdfunding it. Crowdfunding? What exactly? Who knows what that was crowdfunding? Everything that he does is specifically designed to get a crowdfunding campaign. This exclusively games. What a garbage site. The whole, everything about the man, I want to destroy. And stand in the ruins of.
You have to.
There's no one more shameless
Well, how
than
much did he crowdfund getting punched by
thousands
of dollars?
This guy is shameless,
Shame.
and he's still
Shame.
so this guy, he had a
Shame.
Grifting her up, grifting her on up.
Shame.
So the Quartering, he had like a set to with a fellow called 8 Eyes or 8 Thoughts, whatever his name is on Ralph's show. And this 8 Eyes guy is also like a shameless e-grifter, but even he was appalled by the Quartering's grifting. So the Quartering makes hundreds of thousands a year, right? Just off his online endeavors. And this is a conservative estimate. I'm not pulling these numbers out of my ass like Dutton here, but these are actual numbers. Hundreds of thousands a year. And he says it temerity to sort of beg you to, please donate to my Patreon.
I'm struggling.
Yeah. He's struggling. He's struggling.
Tin cup on the fucking sidewalk.
This guy.
Well, it's got to be tough, guys.
I can only imagine a world where it's tough.
You're drinking Sargon's cum.
Yeah. Oh, he's drinking a vial of Sargon's cum here. Like what? You're like, oh, right. Anyway, our next nomination for this is Mr. Obvious. Now, you don't get more base than Mr. Obvious. Mr. Obvious is like, Mr. Obvious is just reading 4chan threads. If the Quartering just reads the news verbatim, right? Yeah. And Mr.
The guy
Obvious
doesn't even pronounce the words right.
he can't even speak properly.
The word curriculum.
Like,
He didn't learn any of that.
he's literally just reading poll threads on the
He literally
coronavirus.
just reads fucking poll. He reads
Just on the
4chan.
coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
With like a bat avatar he's got, this anime girl.
Yeah,
It's
and-
disgraceful content.
And then he honks his horn. Clown
Yeah.
world.
Oh, and also, let me cut an ad ad for NordVPN halfway through.
Oh,
video.
guys, remember to subscribe.
What a
to
shameless
NordVPN.
grifter.
Well,
What a shameless
you know, the guy's had some pretty good videos. He
No,
put out-
This is a terrible. This is frozen. This tape.
he put out When You're Too Online a little while ago. And he put out around that time another couple of pretty
Jesus
good videos.
wept.
But
Yeah.
most of his videos as of late are pretty bad takes. And it's
tough.
It's tough.
So
it is tough, but it is grifting. It's just like it's sad watching his grifting, 'cause he was monetized at one point and he became demonetized, and he doesn't grift like the rest of the grifters, but he really makes a point to cry about it every time about how
Every
he
single
got
video.
demonetized
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
he's being victimized.
You shut down my
and I need
PayPal.
your support now, and it's tough to watch.
as if you don't support him already enough.
The funniest
He's
part-
literally reading every one of your
He's
posts
literally
out,
just
you know,
a cringe
and just
lober-
monetizing.
He's a
it,
cringe libertarian, but
How much more
like
support
he's
do you
been
need?
kicked off every financial service, so he optics cucks and still
Yeah.
loses
Like
the
what?
monetization.
It's just disgraceful.
What a fail!
Mr. Obvious.
He has
That's
the
why he's
odd
not
really
a
good
successful
take.
grifter. He's
Just
got,
shameless.
he's got murked.
His bad takes are all right because they are a good entry
No!
point, but
Boo! Boo!
They're an entry point
I don't
insofar
know.
as switching on your computer is
Alright.
an entry
the
point.
guy
Who's
says he's a
won this
libertarian,
fucking
but he
award?
wants to work for the
Right
government.
then. So the winner of the Mr. Metica Legacy Award for Most Shameless Grifter, the Golden Gun 2020, goes to
Looks like we got an envelope just in, so it looks like the winner is this year Toad McKinley.
Hey!
Very-
Toad McKinley,
very worthy winner
the
there.
runaway winner. Nobody
Runaway
else
success.
was really even close to
No.
Toad's level of grifting this year.
I mean, at what point will the grifting become even? She's
Fucking
already
tears.
monetizing her breakup with her
Drink the
eight-year-long
tears,
Toad.
boyfriend.
The guy's
Read the
got to
obituary.
leave Chantel alone.
Well, he's got the monthly Chantel now,
Don't worry.
so that's going to
It'll
run
all
until
be
she
fine
dies.
when she kills
Yeah.
herself.
That's
It'll all
the
be
thing.
okay.
Yeah, but then what? Or the second thing will be Chantel dies.
And that's it.
That's it.
He's hitched
It's
his-
the end of the channel.
Think of it. He's hitched his whole channel to a person who surely will die if their
Very much
lifestyle
prematurely.
continues very soon. So Toad's gonna. I think he's gonna have his hot tub in Malibu. His mortgage almost paid, and then Chantel dies,
And that's
He
it.
loses
It's all
it all,
over.
and then he
He's
wins
back in the
next
public
year.
library.
He wins next year for best homeless person.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe.
Who
Maybe he'll win
knows?
that category.
Who knows? Let's hope.
Right then, our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is the V Award for Loyalty.
Oh
Now, last year we had some very strong contenders,
yeah.
and
This
Believe
is a
it or not,
highly
some of
prestigious
the-
award.
believe it or not, some of the nominations are similar, but also different. I mean, who would have thought that, this time last year, that, Gator would still be around Ralph after the pill stream antics? I mean, I thought Gator had fled like an abused wife. I thought he'd got an apartment set up. I thought he was seeing a lawyer and they were going to Jew Ralph out of...
You
What, millions of
fundamentally
dollars?
misunderstood the essence of Gator's character.
Well, this is it. Little did I know that Gator was,
A cowardly little subservient.
chained to the
you know,
gut, like a
sniveling-
salacious crumb.
Sniveling little bitch. Yes, Master
Yeah.
Ethan. What can I do for you today, Master Ethan?
Yeah.
Might I tickle your balls and lick your gut crease, Master Ethan? That's basically where Gator is at, the fucking faggot that he is. But you know what? It's gonna get taken down, guys. We gotta be careful. We gotta tiptoe around the based fucking old fag legend hacker Shannon. He knows how to flag it down.
So
No.
Shannon is one nomination for the V Award.
Shannon.
We've got Geek Thulu, who's still standing by his man. Geek Thulu's still standing by his man after all
Yes.
this time.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I was hoping that Worski fired him when Worski put up that.
Weren't we all? Weren't we all just like? I put the bunting
never
on,
gonna
didn't
be
I?
true.
Like I bought a cake. We were going to cut it. We were going to put candles in it. We were ready to celebrate the end of Geek Thulu.
The guy says the point about how he doesn't like Chuck E. Cheese, and he goes, "What? You don't like a band of mechanical animals playing a song while you're eating your pizza? Are you a fucking idiot?"
There you go, buddy.
You
That's
know, and-
Andy.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
And so another person for the V Award for Loyalty also goes to one of Andy's minions, sycophants here, and that's Alex.
Hey!
Alex, a person for whom Wolski ordered to murder someone in cold blood.
Yeah.
You know, aim.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, and he obeyed every order. Yeah, he obeyed every order, right? He only stopped short, and this is what's maybe not giving him the V award for loyalty. He only stopped short because he didn't fire bullets upon the strangers that Wolski was willing to
You think
do.
Gator would have fired the gun?
Gator would have fired the gun.
Gator
wouldn't have needed any encouragement. Gator is a one-order person, right?
Yes.
Ralph gives one order, that's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the order's not even verbalized. Sometimes it's just a disdainful look.
There's just like there's a subconscious tie between master and slave, where Shannon, even on a subconscious level,
just knows what his master wants.
To be subservient, knows what the master wants, and impulsively, instinctually reacts. It's an incredible.
Shannon!
Crocodile Hunter could have studied this. Steve Irwin should have studied this.
Well, there we go.
Richard Dawkins could study this. This is like the next selfish gene. The relationship between
the Gunt and his
Gator. And Gator. And I mean, to study the Gunt, the specimen itself, we need to get this to Dawkins before he passes. This is the next big thing.
So, where were we? And then our last nomination for the V Award for loyalty is Mama JF.
Mama JF!
Now, I doubt Mama JF even knows what day it is. I doubt she even knows where she is. I imagine she just identifies with her captor so much now. I imagine that JF's got her in some sort of hole somewhere, like fucking like the Fritzl guy, like Joseph Fritzl. You know what I mean? She's got like a family of little potatoes, of little chips in the basement there that she's had with JF.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. I don't know. It's some weird shit.
So I mean, really, we could say that. I mean, who's getting the V Award for loyalty here? Is it JF for keeping her? Or is it Mama JF for standing by her French-Canadian man?
Mama JF spray painted a building for the glory of JF, if you remember. And that's real loyalty. You know,
Mama JF thinks the North Pole is made of cheese.
North Pole is made of cheese.
Oh.
You want to be spiritual later? Your North Pole is made of cheese.
You raped me.
Oh, you raped me. We don't need sex too.
Oh.
So she's loyal. But is that because she's unaware? She doesn't know where she is. She needs to be in an institution somewhere.
Well, this is it, you know.
Is she loyal like a dog would be?
Truly.
Or is she loyal as though, like, is she actually loyal?
I don't know. I don't know if she has the consciousness to figure
this is it. Is she here's the great question. Is Mama JF sentient?
That's the great question of our time. I think we need.
I mean, what's the difference between Mama JF and this empty can here? Apart from Mama JF being made of potatoes.
Well, we need Jean-Luc Picard to sort this out for us. If we can just get Jean-Luc and Riker to argue the council here,
there we go.
We can get to the bottom.
We come to a
now.
judgment. But in absence,
it's just a different level of sentience, you know, because you still have the free will there, but it's just there's not quite as much there, you know, but the free will still is there. So it's
but look at what Mama JF does with her free will. She's like shagging across Europe. No, he's muting his microphone every time she like puts her arms around him.
All right. Well,
right. What's the Academy of Kino next?
Oh, the 2020 award for the V Loyalty Award goes to. Looks like we just got an envelope in fresh. We'll open her on up. Looks like it goes to Gator.
Gator, you won an award.
Well done,
Gator.
Yeah.
This award in perpetuity now, isn't it?
No, he probably
this is it. I mean, every year he's going to win this.
It might even be renamed the Shannon Award.
The Shannon Award for loyalty. Because even V dropped off, right?
Yeah.
Even V saw what happened with Sargon and UKIP and thought, fuck me.
You know,
fuck me, I'm going back to my Transylvanian castle. You know what I mean?
Romania.
I'm going to live in my decadent Transylvanian castle with all of these traps and whores.
Four furries or whatever the fuck.
Well, I'm going to continue playing Second Life with someone else, though. You know, did you know that he used to play Second Life with Sargon? They used to fuck each other on Second Life. Their avatars used to fuck each other on Second Life.
No.
And V was always the bottom.
It's true.
It's 100% real.
It's 100% real.
That's too much, you know. That's a step too
how
far.
else does Sargon reward V for his loyalty?
That's just a step.
Don't worry, V. We will have our cybering session.
Just appalling, isn't it?
You know, now that the push-up question's been answered, it's time for Shannon to do the push-ups.
Do you reckon Shannon will do the push?
I don't even think Shannon could do
So
something.
free delivery on the Golden Gun, Shannon, if you do 5 push-ups. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it right out to you there, Shannon. Don't worry.
We'll ship it right out. So our next category for the Golden Gun Awards 2020 is most irrelevant Killstream co-host.
Oh,
Now this is a tough
shit,
category,
this is
guys.
tough.
This is like very hard to call. We've got
Maybe some tough contenders.
well, we've got Flamingo here.
I mean,
We've got Gator. We've
Yeah.
got Bibble. What's a Bibble?
what's a fucking bibble?
And we've got Randbot,
And
who's
Rand-
not technically a Killstream
Rand
co-host
has been
anymore,
fired.
because he was dismissed. You know. In fact, of course.
In fact, of course,
I'm somewhat trepidatious.
I'm somewhat
Yeah.
trepidatious.
Well, you're very
Ethan
trepidatious
Ralph's
about
been a
what's happened to
mensch.
you. That.
He's been a mensch to me this whole time.
Drop a slur like that again, and I'll drop you.
Drop you. Yeah. I'm
Jeez.
somewhat trepidatious.
Yeah, but then he smartened up. It just took him a little bit, you know. And you know,
What?
Randbot's.
I don't think he did smarten up, did he?
No,
last
he's gone
last we
back.
heard of Randbot, right? He was yelling at his wife because he wasn't getting his lemons. Get out! Shut the door!
Shut
I am
the door."
somewhat trepidatious of your appearance, my wife.
And he's
It was
just,
absolutely
he's just
appalling.
drunk, screaming at his wife, just abusing
He's
her.
barely
You know,
coherent.
sometimes that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Just appalling. So, I mean, who's the most pathetic out of these lot? We've really got
Holy
like
shit.
I mean, Flamingo, right? I mean, what is Flamingo? Like, what does he do? What does Flamingo? Even on the show, he's not doing anything, right?
Describe Flamenco's character attributes, or
I can't even do that apart from using something disparaging, which would be like
Yeah.
commenting on his autism.
Like what-
And we wouldn't know about his
what-
autism, right? Because he's that irrelevant. No one even looked
what
into
even
it
is
without
his
Ralph
role
actually
on the
saying
show?
it.
Like, does he provide?
No, because Gator's running the show. Gator's getting the guests from the looks of it. Gator's actually, the legs man.
Does Flamenco even have a soundboard? Like,
Like, oh, he doesn't even have a fucking soundboard.
He doesn't have a fucking
So what
soundboard.
is Flamingo doing here? Like,
you know,
I think his role is more so in these restreams, in this Gunt guard that comes along and restreams your stream.
the only place I've
You
ever
know
seen
what's-
Flamingo, I've seen Flamingo doing like Gunt Guard Defense Force on
Yeah.
the Kiwi Farms
yeah,
thread.
no, he shows
That's
up
all
on
he
Kiwi
does, and
Farm.
he does it for
Yeah, he
free.
loses. He's just awful at defending on Kiwi Farm.
Just
What an
absolutely
idiot.
appalling.
But like the guy's so irrelevant that he's getting less viewers than me. Like his restream, he's trying to fucking murk me with the power of the kill stream. I'm getting like 200. He's getting like 150 viewers. He's losing to me at like 4 a.m. It's just sad.
Well, I mean, here's the function, right? If you're a co-host on someone's show, you've got to have some sort of charisma. You've got to have some sort of ability to carry the show
At least something.
in the main guy's absence. You could argue that Gator perhaps does that. I mean, we're really lowering the bar here. We're really fucking lowering the bar.
Oh god.
Gator perhaps does that. But what does Flamingo do? Whenever Ralph asks him to, whenever Ralph gives him permission to talk on the kill stream, Gator
Permission, sir?
Gator's having to fill the gaps in the Flamingo's
Well,
silence because Flamingo is
Flamenco's
like
like
browsing
the dead-
Kiwi farms.
Flamenco's like the
You know,
dead air machine.
Yeah, he'll speak
doesn't know
like
anything.
1 minute after he's been asked.
He just has straight fucking tism that just causes him to be unable to socialize.
just absolutely
when
appalling.
he's trying to be a talk show host with the tism.
Well, I don't understand it.
It's
I
not
really
gonna
don't.
fucking work out there, buddy. Sorry to say. You,
So,
you
I
probably
mean-
shouldn't quit your day job at the grocery store.
But if Flamingo, right, is irrelevant, what is Bibble? What's Bibble? Like, what is Bibble?
This is it. I don't even really
no one
know
even
who
knows.
Bibble is.
I would agree with you guys, except Bibble is now the top-rated host of the kill stream.
And nobody even knows who Bibble is.
Everyone
That goes to show how appalling it is, right?
Bibble is the best, and Bibble has his own show with Ralph that the other guys aren't allowed on.
Yeah.
And Bibble
The
gets
Saturday
a share
sunset.
of the money
Yeah,
on the
and-
Saturday
and-
sunset.
Yeah, and
the
Ralph's
other
paying
co-hosts
Bibble.
don't get paid.
Yeah.
So by that standard, Bibble cannot be the most irrelevant co-host. Even though no one knows who he is, he still is actually way more successful than any of the other retarded co-hosts.
Well, Ralph has had to make a completely separate show, which is in fact the exact same show. It's the kill stream in all but name.
Yeah.
Just without the other co-hosts.
Yeah.
Just with his chosen successor, Bibble, the favourite son.
But you think of how long Gator has stood.
Exactly. How long Gator's stood there, in the snow, in the elements there. He's been passing time. He's been like the Highlander of Ethan Ralph's co-hosts. And even now he's been locked
he's
over
endured all
in
these
favour of
trials and
Bibble.
labors.
Bibble!
Well, I mean, that's why Gator won the V award.
For loyalty, yeah.
Ralph.
Do you
just
think
spits in his
Ralph
face.
could literally just ask Gator, can I defecate upon you? And do you think Gator would
Gator would say, "Yes, sir."
Yes.
Gator would be like, "Would you like to do it in my mouth, sir?"
Yeah, I think he would. You know?
And he would suck down that fucking succulent.
I mean, I'm being completely unironic here. You know, I'm stepping out of character. I think that Gator literally would allow Ethan Ralph to.
Well, he would be turned on by it because that's pleasing his master.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Master Ralphie. Thank you for taking a steaming Nora in my mouth. Fuck.
What's the Academy saying then for? Where are we? The most irrelevant Killstream co-host. This is the Golden Gun 2020 for the most irrelevant Killstream.
Looks like we got an envelope in, and the 2020 Golden Gun for the most irrelevant co-host is Flamenco.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it could only have been.
It could only have been, right? Because I mean, even Bibble, who we can't even describe, you know, has some sort of charisma that sets him even slightly above the Flamingo.
Yeah,
if the guy could get more viewers in his re-streams, he might not quite make it. But
there we go. So our next category for Golden Gun Awards 2020 is Scholar of the Year.
Scholar of the Year.
Now we've got some great nominations for this one. One that I'm very particularly enthusiastic about. So our first nomination is Kraut. Our second nomination is Dr. Edward Dutton.
Dr. Dutton!
We've got JF Gay Rapey.
Gay Rapey.
And we've got Jordan Peace.
Oh, the good doctor.
So let's just talk about Kraut. Kraut's a scholar. He's an esteemed academic. He has become the response.
He is indeed a philosopher king for this modern era. When you see these video essays,
when you see those flag meme balls, you just know you're in for.
He has become a documentarian on the level
nourishing
of a Michael Moore.
This is it.
A real master of his craft.
A true master of the craft. Ken Burns in his almost
Ken Burnsian
filmic view. Right.
Indeed. This is what Kraut has become. And it's very tough to compete with how big-brained he is, and he has the learned council of scholars in his Discord. So
I mean, you need at least 150 IQ to watch a Kraut video these days.
You really do. I mean, when he starts breaking down India and Pakistan and the complex relationships,
he's talking about how all the Russians are on vodka and they're all direct.
All Russians are drunks.
Sometimes you gotta watch it a couple times to really put it all together and let it sink in.
That's right. I mean, you need to hang on to Kraut's every word for each his wisdom. So
our next nomination then, Dutton. I love Dutton. Dutton's my favorite person on the internet at the moment. Right?
Is he not just a genius?
Dutton's unreal.
Isn't
so, and he looks like he's insane. He looks like he's just shit. So there's this entertainment value there, But he's just he's got the smartest taste.
So you put Dutton on, right? And you're instantly met by a guy living on his friend's sofa. There's suitcases under his eyes.
Yeah.
He's got matted, furlonged hair. He's talking about all the statistics and how all the leftists are mutants and more prone to catch coronavirus. His theory is that the young people should just be executed. Vast swathes of young men should be executed. What great base text.
What a keynote.
You know when you watch a Dutton video, he starts right with a character he pretends to be. So he'll wear a wig or he'll wear a hat or he'll do some sort of skit. And then instantly he'll snap out of it, give his white hot take on whatever the issue of the day is. And do so in such an eloquent, amazing manner that I'm stunned, And let's not forget that he's a doctor of theology.
He is a doctor of theology.
He's got a residency in a Finnish university now.
He knows what he's talking.
He knows what he's talking.
He's a respected man. He's been in published academic journals.
Now, he may look like British Eggman, He may look like the embodiment of R9K.
Don't be
fooled. His eyes
do not be fooled.
He's going.
This man is a gentleman and a scholar of the highest caliber.
He indeed is. He absolutely
He's a smart guy.
So, I mean, for me, Dutton wins this, but we'll see what the Academy of Kino and Nectar actually says. We've got JF Gay Rapey. Is he a scholar of the year?
JF was the scholar of perhaps the year before, where he called out Kraut for
the trout pregnancy.
Trouts
don't get pregnant, Kraut.
Kraut, you stupid fool! Your scholars have let you down. I am the true scholar. So
do you reckon Mama JF thinks that trouts get pregnant?
I mean, this year.
Do you reckon Mama JF would make that conclusion?
Well, do
you reckon-
androids dream of electricity?
Yeah, I mean, the guy was BTFO'd by Teddy Spaghetti on evolution.
Yeah, kind
You know?
of right. That's kind of true. That kind of knocks him down a bit.
Yeah,
And
and
Fox Day murked
you
him.
got to remember though, but J.F. Garapi, what strengthens his case to Scholar of the Year, he is a culinary scholar. You have to remember. I mean, his food cooking stream.
Well, I think we'll get to that. It's nominated
Yes,
in the
it's
future
nominated
category.
in a future category.
But the food cooking stream on Christmas Day, that
showed his culinary mastery.
Keynote the
He's a
highest order.
scholar of some kind.
Yeah.
And then we had to include Peterson, right? Because we couldn't think of any other scholars of the year,
Yeah.
right?
That showed-
So Peterson at the moment, he's holed up in Russia.
yeah,
He's
You gotta give
he's
something
been
to the
addicted
guy.
to prescription
he's
medication.
addicted to
Like,
benzos.
Yeah, and he's
like,
holed up in
fucked
Russia
up.
now, like trying to dry up.
He was in a coma.
What?
And
He's in a
That's
drug-induced
almost
coma
died.
there. Like Peterson's fucked at the moment.
Yeah.
He's
I
absolutely
guess
fucked.
you almost died a couple
Yeah.
times.
He's been addicted, but I mean,
So
he had that weird diet.
You gotta
didn't he?
give him something.
Well, he went on an all meat
diet,
all red meat,
all red meat
actually.
diet. So that couldn't have helped his health much, right?
Well, that's the only way to live. Don't you know that?
So do you reckon that gave him some sort of mad cow disease there?
Who knows? All I know is that you need to clean your fucking penis,
Yeah.
bucko.
Wash your penis, clean
Wash
your
your
room.
penis and
Oh,
clean
you
your
gotta
fucking
clean your room. You know, I cleaned my room yesterday, and life started coming together.
But have you washed your penis?
You know, I have washed my penis.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The answer of our times.
Yeah.
John
All right.
Peterson would indeed be.
Who the
proud.
fuck won Scholar of the Year?
The Academy of Kino and Nectar have just sent us the envelope.
Looks like we got an envelope in. So, the 2020 Golden Gunt for Scholar of the Year goes to Edward Dutton.
Put some respect on that. It's Dr. Dutton to you.
Very worthy winner there.
Dr.
Dr. Dutton's got it in the bag. I mean,
Hey.
anyone that's not even aware of Dr. Dutton, just put on a video now, just skip this entirely and just enjoy, a moment of Kino and Nectar. I
With
mean,
Dr.
he
Edward
really is
Dutton.
the best person on YouTube.
What a
at the moment,
legend.
I don't think anyone quite matches him.
Well, there's a few out there.
No, he's got a thing on his neck, even.
In the cravat.
To show his intellectual prowess.
What a winner. What a winner.
So, our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is E-Thought of the Year.
Wow.
Now, this is the Lauren Southern Legacy Award for
The
E-Thought
Lawrence
of the Year.
Southern Legacy Award for E-Thought.
Because she's left the scene now. She's ran off with a load of people's money and decided to
She was queen
go
of the
underground.
E-Thoughts.
there.
Her contributions to thoughterry
Yeah.
will be remembered forever.
Well, we'll all remember the wheat fields there.
Yeah, she's on the Mount Rushmore of thoughts when you really think about it.
So, our contenders for the crown are Ashton Whitty,
Yeah,
who had a comeback as well this year.
she did.
We've got Faith Goldie.
The
Who-
big
Faith
lips.
Goldie.
Yeah, with
You
a
know,
fish, with a
Faith
leathery
Goldie
fish
is
lips.
a good-looking woman.
She's,
Oh,
You
she
know?
looks like
shit.
she looks like a marine animal.
Look at her fucking forehead.
No, Faith Goldie is legitimately a
Like
good
leathery
woman.
face.
Her leathery fucking
But-
rubber fucked skin,
Fish.
dirty
lips.
fucking lips.
You know,
Four
the
times
sad
the size.
thing is,
Faith Goldie.
Faith has more balls than any man in Canadian politics. And it's tough. It is really tough living in Canada.
But she's making all that money with the lawsuit now. She's raising all the shekels from the simps.
And then our
She's
fourth
gotten it.
nomination was Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks.
Anna Kasparian.
You know,
So let's
Anna
just- well,
Kasparian
And
is
wait a
also
minute,
good-looking
you
woman.
forgot the last nominee, other than Anna Kasparian.
And then our last nominee for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 Ethos of the Year, the Lauren Southern Legacy Award, is Ocean Harrison. Where are we going to take this? First, we'll discuss Ashton Whitty returning from the brink.
Yeah. So, I mean, she was totally fucked. If you've seen it, like she was, the cops were called to Baked Alaska's place. She was like put under arrest.
She was sectioned,
sent to the fucking loony bin.
thrown to the loony bin.
She's been in the loony bin for like 6, 7, 8 months, and she just came back like a couple of days or weeks ago. I think now. A week
She's
ago.
got a new trad BF. She's
Yeah.
ditched Baked Alaska.
She's on the Two Classy Gentlemen podcast, and she's letting us know about the evils of e-thoughts, warning us away from worshiping e-thoughts, saying she's not going to make videos, not going to be on social media. which is a pretty base take.
But I think
women are to shut up and be in the home and barefoot and pregnant. This was Ashton Whitty's take.
Whitty is the most attractive of all the ethos, right?
Well,
I think that goes without saying.
Poppin'? What about Ocean?
Oh, maybe Ocean will say this.
I don't know.
Well,
my opinion, right?
Goalie, buddy.
No, Faith Goldie's a
no,
fish.
she's like the worst.
She reminds me of like the marine man, the man who lives in water from Hellboy.
Faith Goldie is like one step above fucking Brittany Venti in terms of.
Well, have you not seen her forehead?
Black Man of the Year. It's leathery.
It's leathery. She's got the lips of a fish there.
But yeah, Ashton Whitty is a pretty sexy bitch.
Yeah, I think Ashton Whitty's a very good-looking woman. And then we've got Anna Kasparian. Now, Anna Kasparian with her Young Turks. She's always a good sort of, what do you want to call her? Is she a based woman on the left? She's entertaining.
I don't know. I think she's a disgusting fucking whore who should be purged from the earth. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I think she deserves a bullet to the head.
Anna's a really good-looking woman, PPP.
I wouldn't even.
Anna's attractiveness changes with every video we watch. It's like rolling a dice. It's like getting a lottery ticket of whether she's going to look attractive or not.
It's like a 10-sided fucking dice.
Like, holy shit. And she's just the most extremely smug cunt I've ever seen. Do you know what I mean? She wants anyone that voted for Trump, right? She wants anyone that even considers anyone other than Bernie to be showered. She wants them rounded in camp. She wants the vote taken away from them.
She'll unironically say that shit.
She's just horrible. She's horrible. Like, I want to throw darts at her face. But then, you know, she's occasionally good looking. So it's a tough draw there.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, you know.
Ocean Harrison then. So we're all fans of Ocean Harrison.
Hey
y'all, what's poppin'?
What is poppin'?
And you know, Ocean Harrison, she's a rising star here, isn't she?
There's one word to describe Ocean, and it's basic. If you were to think of the most basic bitch in the universe, like the literal most basic thought that could possibly exist, like you couldn't even imagine how basic this would be.
No,
like,
I think Ocean's takes a bigger brain than Dutton's, to be honest.
You think so?
100%.
Well, when Ocean gave her take on the flat Earth, that was a pretty incredible.
Well, when Ocean told us about what was it, cosmic ordering, and you have to visualize you have $10,000 and you've got $10,000. So just spend like you've got $10,000 anyway,
Ocean
even if you don't have it.
Through the law of attraction, anything is possible. Ocean told us that through the law of attraction, anything that you conceive and believe you can achieve. And that's highly profound wisdom from the mouth of a scholar of our time. It's shocking that Ocean Harrison wasn't up for Scholar of the Year.
Well, this is it.
The Academy of Kino and Nectar has made a gross oversight in this.
I believe so. I absolutely
What a disgrace. Ocean Harrison is honestly got to have one of the highest IQs of anyone I've ever seen.
Well, look at her reaction and take from the Ariana Grande song that she watched.
Exactly.
The Grammys. I mean, we were really treated to a great reaction.
When you watch the Ocean Harrison video on Ariana Grande's performance at the
she's
Grammys,
weeping. She's showing so much raw emotion. You're actually affected as a viewer.
It made me realize that there could be a woman president someday.
I think so. I think
it could be Ocean. I think it might be Ocean's turn.
Let's find out. What is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying?
Who is the E-Thought of the Year, Surfer?
Oh, it looks like. So we got an envelope in. So I'll open up the envelope. And it looks like E-Thought of the Year goes to Ocean Harrison.
Oh, what an upset. BTFO!
So now we're going to have a quick intermission while Surfer makes some coffee. Myself and PPP are going to filibuster a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, well, what are we going to talk about, PPP?
Well, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? I mean, what did you think of Lolly Socks and Leo Pirate last night?
So I thought Leo had him on the ropes there. He got him to admit that he was like, he had like a trap BF or something.
Yeah.
That he didn't consider gay? Like, what is this?
Well, he got...
The most bizarre and baffling thing was, like, Lolly Socks, as he's talking to Leo about Christian values, is putting on a French maid's outfit.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Leo actually makes him put on the dress. Leo tells him, put on the dress. And then he goes and puts on the dress.
Like, Leo, like, kind of held his own, though, I think, you know. Bear in mind, this guy has, like, a water temperature IQ.
Yeah.
Lolly Socks is just barely even sentient. I'd say him and Mama JF
He's
are on the
literally
same
like
level,
an
right?
NPC.
Totally,
He really is.
totally.
He's just fucking brain dead.
And the only
beyond
reason like
all
people even
reality.
know about him is because he's Nick's BF. So
Well,
there's-
yeah, like the only reason people know him is because Nick Fuentes fucks his ass, or maybe I don't know. Maybe Nick bends over for the muscular caploid. What do you think?
I
Who's
think
the top and who's the
I
bottom?
think Nick's definitely the bottom. I think
You
I think
think-
that's
I don't know.
completely decided. I think the Academy of Kino and Nectar would also agree with me. You know, but so I mean,
Tough.
Leo holds his own during that debate. It goes on far too long. They start discussing theology as if anyone cares. Because Leo's
I
also
care.
wrong. Well, no, Leo's wrong on this anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
Leo's
it's hard to root
theology
for
is
Leo.
garbage.
Yeah, it's hard to root for this filthy Seventh-day Adventist.
Leo worships Satan on Saturday.
This is it. He's
you
like
know?
a Satan worshipping, sleeping
worships
upside down.
women, thinks women are gods. Or
And then they just hand over the debate to Cahool. Like what
What
a
an
disappointment!
embarrassment.
What a disappointment!
I was very disappointed.
I suppose we could talk about what's been happening with, Ethan Ralph going to El Paso,
well, so
losing his
he lost his passport. He lost his car keys.
Like
He
what a
lost his
disaster!
wallet. He lost everything.
What a complete disaster!
But
And
the
they still had
reason-
him on the plane anyway.
The reason is because he was fucking wasted.
Yeah, he's out of his mind on as many drugs and as much alcohol as possible, right?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't go well for him. We've got the
He's
copy there.
just
man.
totally
Yeah.
fucked out of his mind. And he goes on the show and you can tell he's fucked up. He's slurring.
As well or something.
Yeah, I don't know. His microphone, he just starts doing the show. It's all crackling and shit because he can't figure it out because he's a fucking high on meth or some shit. Poor guy. But he's brought it all upon himself, and I can't wait to piss on his grave. It's going to be a great December morning, cold, crisp December, and I'm going to launch down my
Let's get back into the Golden Gunt Awards 2020.
Oh, fuck.
Best Pastor of the Year Awards. And by pastor, we mean
Pastor Anderson.
Yeah, we got all sorts of nominees.
so like
there.
religious leader. in
Well,
the
we're
community.
talking about, the best preacher of the year, the best scam preacher of the year, because I'm obviously the best legit, but this is the best scam preacher of the year.
Oh, he's calling.
Well, it's Croc. Croc's calling in. By God, Croc, you're live and on air.
You're on the Golden Gunt Awards, Croc.
We
Croc.
got a guest
Croc,
live
hello?
on the Golden Guns.
What's going on?
Are you home?
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming over.
Yeah, we've got Croc coming. 20 minutes.
Croc will be here in 20
Well,
minutes.
Croc's
perhaps we
on his way.
Perhaps we should halt the Golden. No,
We got to finish.
No.
we'll finish the Golden Gunt Award, shall we?
We'll have the after show live with Croc.
Who knows? We
Yeah.
might,
So best pastor we have for the nominations, we've got Pastor Anderson, we've got Pastor Manning, we've got Leo Pirate, and we've got Godwinson. Who's the best pastor out of all of these? Who can
Well,
cut a fire and brimstone speech from the sinners?
I personally like your promos, guys. They're quite based, but we have to consider Pastor Manning. Who's
I think
correct.
Pastor Manning is a very, very strong.
He's a
contender.
very viable threat. I mean, he's described all the issues affecting the souls of Black people. He's trying to lead the African brothers to salvation, to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But we also have to consider Pastor Anderson, perhaps the most fiscally and the most popular e-pastor out there with his hundreds of thousands of subs. Pastor Anderson is always a contender for this award.
And then Leo Pirate with
And-
his anti-degeneracy keynote, really
Yes.
bringing God to the
with
masses.
the Two Witnesses videos and battling lolly socks over his degeneracy.
You know, those Two Witness videos really give Leo a bit of boost in this one. They give him a nice push forward. It'll be hard to compete with, even by the likes of Pastor Anderson.
Well, what does the Academy of Kino?
What do we have?
Because they're entirely independent in this. They've sealed and verified all of the winners here. So
Well, looks like we've got an envelope in. So, the winner this year for 2020 Golden Gunt of most based pastor is going to Pastor Manning.
Pastor Manning.
Pastor Manning,
His second golden gunt of the night.
truly a runaway success
A
here.
huge success. Leo Pirate devastated.
Leo
Crying
Pirate's weeping into
crying
oblivion
himself
here.
to sleep. He can't believe it.
Well, I
Can't-
mean, the
his
guy
arms
is
are
a
too short to
Seventh-day
box,
Adventist.
He's filthy. He's completely filthy. You know, he belongs with the cockroaches.
He really does. He's gonna rot now.
But he doesn't even go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, he's not making it. All right, next category.
Next category is the Noah Antweiler Award for Critic of the Year. Now,
Whoa.
we've got some really strong contenders in this category. We've got some great nominations. We've got Jim Sterling, son.
Jim Sterlingson.
We've got Movie Bob Chipman.
Holy shit.
We've got Brad Jones. And we've got Doug Walker. So 4 very strong reviewers here, 4 very strong critics. Let's just go through the list. Jim Sterling, what a great year it's been for him. You know,
Jim Sterling is a degenerate piece of shit. Fuck Jim Sterling. His wrestling fed is gay and retarded, and he should be fucking ashamed of his retarded bodysuit.
I think we're all fans of
Fuck.
Stardust here. We're all fans
Fuck
of his wrestling
Stardust.
character. One day he's going to fight Dongasaur in the ring.
I want to see Jim Sterlingson get his throat slit by ISIS on television.
Okay, Movie Bob. Movie Bob Chipman.
Well,
So he's been marinating chicken in Mountain Dew.
he has, and
Yeah.
he gave the masterpiece, the magnum opus of our time, Birds of Prey, a 10 out of 10.
He gave Birds of Prey a 10 out of 10.
He did. He
And
actually gave Birds of
holy
Prey a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
Bob
Because it
Chip-
smashes the patriarchy
and
with his
people,
review, right?
You know, there's a group of 500 people now who have said that they will not watch a movie unless Movie Bob approves it.
Can you believe this?
So Movie
This
Bob
is the world we live in. This
has
is the
control,
sign of our decadence,
you know.
right? We're truly in the fall of Rome.
So
You know?
Movie Bob's influence has only grown.
People
over this
value,
cult.
like, Movie Bob is the ultimate consumer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His entire philosophy, if you read, like, he's like a capitalist corporatist. Like, his entire philosophy is just evil, right? It's purely,
Screw you! I need money.
screw you, I need money in video games.
I want
you
to.
know?
I'm gonna live
Yeah.
forever.
Fuck my fellow
The
man.
flyover
you know?
is fucking costly.
Like,
Getting to live forever in
what
my
a bastard.
holodeck. Fuck everybody from the south. I
Yeah.
guess.
And he's eating these appalling meals, rivaling Nick Fuentes' things that he puts into
What
his
a
body.
piece
Like,
of shit.
absolutely appalling diet. and
What a
stuff.
piece of shit.
Well, you know, Fuentes put some pretty greasy stuff in
Is
his
it not
body.
yummy?
Yummy McDonald's. Yummy.
Just imagine eating this good. But the question is, does it compare to what King Cobra JFS cooks up?
I think JFS is indeed a true chef. He's a true gourmet here.
Yeah.
He's a true garçon of the culinary craft.
Garçon.
And then we've got Brad Jones and Doug Walker, so the cinema snob and the nostalgia critic. Both strong years for those two.
Yeah.
But I think the Academy of Kino and Nectar are going to give this award to
Looks like we got an envelope fresh in out of the mail. So we'll open it up. And the winner
Of Critic of the Year.
for the 2020 Critic of the Year goes to Movie Bob.
Movie Bob. Movie Bob.
I mean, a true critic there. you
What
know.
a piece of shit.
Truly a legitimate force in the media.
Russ has to
entertainment
spit
industry.
on fucking Bob Chip.
I think we all value his opinions, and we all look to Movie Bob
No,
as
he
our
was
guiding star.
He was right about Birds of Prey.
All right.
You have to admit it.
He was right about that piece of shit.
Okay, he was right. It was a magnum opus and a masterpiece, wasn't it?
Our next nomination for the Golden Gunts Awards 2020 is Life Coach of the Year.
Life Coach of the Year.
So we've got the Ghost of Davis Orini.
Ghost of Davis Orini.
We've got Roosh V. We've got Gonzalo Lira's Coach Red Pill. And we've got Coach Black Pill, who truly is a dark horse in this nomination. So Coach
He
Black
really is.
Pill, let's talk about him.
Well, Coach Blackpill recently has been rating the looks of other men.
Every video he's been making recently has been a review of another man's face. How it's
What do you
symmetrical.
rate your face?
Well, he hasn't rated my face yet.
So PvP submitted to Blackpill, you know, because Blackpill's actually a fan of the channel.
Well, yeah, he shows up. I think in the Gun stream one time, he rated me as a 10 out of 10.
Jesus.
Which, you know,
Jesus.
shows that he's of good taste.
It shows that his judgment is skewed.
It
This
shows
man
his
is
judgment
completely
is
like
impartial.
paranoid
He's
schizophrenic.
objective.
Like
Oh,
he
you
doesn't
think
know what's
he's
going on.
righteous.
He thinks you're a good-looking man.
He belongs in an institution.
He does. You know, Coach Red Pill's take on Coach Blackpill is that he's a homosexual.
And I think Coach is right.
I think Coach is wrong. I think this man is straight. He's serving as a great inspiration to young men. He's showing them what they can do to look smash.
So this guy, right? You click on one of his videos. He's got like a Wojak knee with like a beer bottle in front of him, staring into his computer screen as his avatar. So that's the base level of what you come to expect. You're in for a moment of just black-pilling bleakness.
You're in for absolute Kino when you go to
You're looking at him rating these men's faces who have like, I mean, why are they submitting pictures of themselves to this anonymous stranger to rate?
Because Coach Blackpill is their life coach and he's getting them on track.
Well, they want to know if Coach Blackpill thinks they're attractive.
They want to know if another man
they want to get into Coach Blackpill's pants.
Unbelievable.
Apparently, he has a large horn. That's what I've heard.
He has a large horn. That's what I've heard. Is that independently verified by the Academy of Kino Injection?
Apparently. We'll find out.
So
how are you gonna find out?
Well, we'll find out if he wins because he had a big enough horn to just fuck the entire academy up the ass.
Coach Red Pill. So I mean, he's always a strong contender, whichever category.
In any category. Gonzalo.
He's the example of the life coaches we judge the competition by.
He has set up the standard by which
I think we've all carried with him his little moments of advice, like anal sex is a woman's kryptonite, women are dogs.
Pregnant women are damaged goods.
Andy Warski is 4 things.
Yeah.
You know.
All sorts of And I mean, without those life lessons, let's face it, none of us would get any pussy.
Well, this is it. None of us would be even here now. Yeah. You know, we'd have just committed suicide without coaching.
Yeah, we'd be lost in darkness.
Chilean hand of friendship, you know, guiding us through this deep
lost in absolute fucking darkness without it, just groping, blind.
So Coach really is a pillar of this category. Our next nomination for the category was Roosh V, and then the nomination after that was a ghost of Davis O'Reilly. So Davis O'Reilly is a ghost because I think he's dead now. You know, right?
Nobody's really heard of him.
No one's really heard of him since
Arini's spirit lives on.
It lives on.
Inspiring us to spit on women.
Yeah.
Fight the feminists, the SJWs, and save
to make terribly amateur films about Inizaki, is it?
Yeah, well, and also to create Lust in the Time of Heartache.
That's what it was.
Lust in the Time of Heartache. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen Lust in the Time of Heartache, it's on YouTube.
It's a Kino.
It really is.
It's a
true Kino. It is, in the
yeah.
highest sense. Lust in the Time of Heartache, it's 10.
So, what is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying is the winner of this category?
It looks like we got an envelope fresh out of the mail. So the 2020 winner of the most based life coach goes to Coach Blackpill.
Coach Blackpill. His cock was large. His horn massive and strong.
So if you've not watched the Coach Blackpill video, just submit him a picture of your face and he'll rate it out of 10, and do so in a very autistic way. Yes. I think that pretty much sums Coach Blackpill, and he is a worthy winner of this. He's come in. He's the dark horse. He's taken Coach Red Pill.
Basically, if you're not a Chad, you may as well kill yourself. You know, if you
don't
look like a Chad, it's over. And Coach Blackpill lets people
lays it out straight. He lays out what he says.
If you're a sub 5, he says you should kill yourself.
Just kill yourself. So if you rate lower than a 5, ladies and gentlemen, just kill yourself. This is
Coach Blackpill take.
Yeah, and bear in mind that Coach Blackpill is giving PPP here a 10 out of 10. So measure your self-worth on that.
Yeah, none of them can compete with me. I have an Adonis-like physique.
We are on now the best streaming moment of the past year. The Golden Gunt Award 2020 for the best streaming moment. Our nominations are PPP throwing up after almost 100 nuggets.
96.
He didn't quite make it, though.
We've got Kraut sharing his Gunt on Twitch. Yeah. Just showing it for all and sundry to see.
Shows off his Gunt.
We've got Rand abuse his wife, telling her to shut the door, telling her he's somewhat trepidatious. And then we've got Mama JF's cooking stream. So where do we even begin? Let's just begin at the top of the nominations here. So PPP. He's challenged by Kraut. Kraut's going to make a gym video if PPP eats 100 chicken nuggets. So how are you feeling as you're eating these 100 chicken nuggets? Are you feeling confident?
Well, I thought I could get it done. First 50 went down real fast, and, we got through 60. Once we hit 70, it started to get tough. By the 80th one, every single one of them was like agony, And by like the 90th one, like I was trying not to puke on every fucking chicken nugget.
Well, I mean, Surfer even helps you out with some motivation. So he starts playing Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just on my break at work, so I came out to eat some toast or something like that. And, it looked like it was tough, so I put on the music. The music helps you get going a bit quicker.
But it
You
kind
put
of,
on a
it
song,
kind of,
it's a bit quicker.
it motivated him the other way, didn't it? Because the moment Eye of the Tiger started playing, the
I
moment we
was
heard, rising up, is the moment that PPP just decided to
Rising up
release all
Rise
bodily
to
control and just throw up on camera.
everywhere.
He runs to the
All
toilet,
everywhere.
Eye of the Tiger's playing, and he's just throwing up these chickens.
Just dying.
And then
Just dying.
afterwards, right? So after you've thrown up about 10 of these nuggets, you go back to try and finish the challenge.
Yeah,
To let Kraut not defeat you.
I did finish 100 of them,
But you threw up, so it kind of is forfeit. So it's kind of forfeit.
I don't know. I think it was still a very valiant effort, and I should be commended for it.
So our next nomination for this category was, where are we? Have I lost where we are?
You lost everything.
There's somewhere or other on there.
What a disaster.
Kraut's showing his guts. So Kraut's on Twitch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kraut's on Twitch. He's setting up whatever discussion he's about to have. And chat's just ready to, they want to see Gun. They want to see Kraut's guns. And so he obliges. And we see Kraut's magnificent guns. So describe this moment. Describe this valiant moment here.
Well, just Kraut's just hauling off his vape, which is attached to the wall, and he's just taking a vape hit every 5 to 10
He's never more than seconds away from each gasp.
He's just coughing, and they're like, "Lord Kraut, we must see your guns, Lord Kraut."
He's got this long, unwashed, matted hair.
He's just
got like a face full of acne.
Face full of acne.
He looks like this 50-year-old.
50 years old, and he just gets up and he just decides today is the day. PPP showed me the way, and now I will illuminate the world with my glorious gun. And he stands up
and he shows us all his guns.
And
he starts patting it
for the shirt, and he just starts patting himself. I mean, Kraut, the great scholar of our time.
But the thing is, Surfer, that would never have happened in a world without PPP.
That's right.
I mean, this is PPP's influence on the on the split dick Anglo scholar.
The butterfly's wings flapping of PPP has influenced the energy of the universe to bring this about, to bring it to fruition.
Now, the question on my mind is, because Kraut sleeps upside down, how does that affect the curve of the gun? Because for a significant portion of the day, the gravity is in the opposite direction as what a normal gun would be used to.
Well, I imagine his chin rests on the guns when he's upside down, right? Whoa. It sort of gives him a little neck pillow.
Can you
his gun rests on his chin.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, as he's sleeping upside down, that gun is just sort of around his face there, keeping him warm in his squalid Austrian apartment there.
Bit of insulation.
So our next nomination was Rand abuse his wife. We've already got into this, but what an extreme moment. So he's dismissed from the kill stream. In fact, of course. And then he goes onto his own rival stream, right? He starts streaming when Ralph's live. He starts saying like, I can't speak. I'm not allowed to speak. And it's disgraceful. It's shameful.
I need to speak to Jim Goad.
Yeah. I knew about Jim Goad. I'm somewhat trepidatious.
Oh my God.
Screaming. And it's like, no, shut the door.
You horrible cunt. You horrible cunt.
Shut the door.
Shut the door.
Drop another snare like that again and I'll drop you. Yeah. So his wife wasn't a mensch during that encounter.
It's not a mensch.
But it was a great live stream moment. That's why it's been nominated for the category. And then we've got Mama JF cooking stream. Now, what a magic moment that was. The entire stream. Mama JF makes Christmas dinner for JF. In between each presentation of what she's made, there's JF narrating Mama JF at the stove, pouring whatever out. JF slowly more and more. He's just slamming wine.
More wine.
JF, his plan was to drink one glass from 15 bottles of wine, but it doesn't happen that way. JF just slams 15 bottles of wine straight up.
Just
to make sure he gets
the day.
This retarded food she's made, and this food looks terrible.
It's just shit.
This is terrible.
This pie that's fucking gray. It just looks like the lowest quality cuisine.
I make dinner, JF. I make dinner. And that bun is made of cheese.
The banquet TV dinners are better than this fuck.
And you can understand why JF's drinking all this wine. just so he can't taste it. Do you know what I mean?
Jeff's just on the verge of suicide.
Like, holy shit. I mean, imagine Mama
Yeah.
JF making your Christmas dinner. Like, what on earth?
Is he poop
It's
space?
pretty nice though for him.
So, who's going to win this then? Who's our favourites for best streaming moment of the year? Just before we open the nominations, who's our favourites here? How desperate he's become, you know, how little he values himself.
He has now
But what
become
will the
the
Academy
self-assembly.
of Kino and Nectar say?
Yeah. So it looks like we got an envelope in, and the winner of the 2020 greatest moment on stream is the Mama J Acting Stream.
Oh yeah.
Very worthy winner there, I think. You know, Mama JF kind of had it in the bag the moment she started like serving up her horrendous concoctions there. And the moment we started seeing JF slowly descend into alcoholism over the course of the episode.
So these are the more obscure channels, the sort of things that you might never hear about,
Yeah.
you know, but are highly underrated, high level content, Kino of, you know, the highest quality.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to just sort of give them a bit of exposure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can consider this category like the Make-A-Wish Foundation category.
You know, it's like the rookie of the year.
Yeah,
kind
we
of,
just wanted to like use our terrible platforms in order to give
our
them a bit
high level of
our clout in order to give these people a bit of more of an audience. So our nominations for this category are Gahul,
Gahul,
Hollywood God, Heartwarm, the person we know.
had a wrestling match against fucking some Alexa Bliss fag. You know, he did a whole gay wrestling match and banned women from his board. He does these rants where he's screaming. But the thing about Gahul is he just looks like an ogre.
Yeah,
He just looks like God hates
yeah.
him.
I think
shit
Coach
all over him.
Blackpill would just say, you know, just
It's
end
over.
yourself. I can't even find the numbers to rate you here.
It looks like the guy eats a lot of Whoppers, you know, and I sort of feel bad for him when I look at it.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, I like Gahul. I like his content. I like him telling me like we're all gonna die alone. We're all gonna end up homeless and dying alone.
Anything.
You know, they say that Gahul be TFO PPP.
But it's wrong.
I don't know, man.
Because
I don't know.
God says I won, though.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
He told me.
I think Gahul had that in the bag. I think so. But
Well, maybe
PvP and
if you're
Gahul,
retarded.
PvP and Gahul debated about Japanese wrestling and the merits of which, and your argument was that Gahul
Japanese
hates it
wrestling
because
is fucking gay. And Gahul likes it because he
it's
likes
not
to
got
watch
women in it?
Japanese men suck cock.
and you
Little Japanese twink boys fucking each other's assholes. It does, and that's just a reality thing.
but is Gahul not the rising star? Is he not the best?
God! Hollywood God!
Well, we all love a bit of Hollywood
I'm
God
gonna
here.
have
fucking
to root for
living
Barry
legend.
Blutnick on this one. Barry Blutnick, DTFO's Gahul.
Well, let's discuss Hollywood God, right? Hollywood God is like surrounded by Funko Pops.
Like
He's,
Funko Pop.
he's the amalgamation of every internet like movement and meme of Gamergate,
Yeah.
of just everything that we've seen on the internet these past 10 years, and all rolled into one. Right? And he's been at it for as long, hasn't he? He's been at
He's
it for
been
a long
at it
time.
since like 2008.
And he's under 1,000 subscribers.
He's still
He's
he has
still
like
there.
200 subscribers. But you know, he lets us know about the movie news and he lets us know about all the fucking evil in the world. And, you know, he's woke on the JQ. He'll let us know about
Yeah.
the Jays.
I mean, if you want like sort of mundane mass spewing venom about the Jays, you've pretty much got it in Hollywood God.
Yeah, if you
know?
want like a Puerto Rican version of Monday Night, that's Hollywood
Yeah,
God.
Hollywood God. So let's hope we get him to 1,000 subscribers. With this
Let's
stream.
hope. Let's ever subscribe to Hollywood God.
And then we've got
Let him know
Heartworm.
Heartworm.
So we like Heartworm. We enjoy this guy's content.
It's
Yeah,
very good.
Hardware makes unreal content. Some of the good videos that they used to have on the old channel before they made a new channel were pretty unreal, and they have put those back up. Namely, they what was that good one that Heartworm did?
Was the one going
Oh,
after
they
Jim?
they did a good one with Coach. They did a good one with Coach where it was Dear Ethan, and they did a they did a couple with the the whole gun thing when that was going on.
Well, the parody of the Gunt where it's the thing.
Yeah, it's the guy from Basket Case, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, there's a battle against Jim and him selling.
Well,
out
yeah, I mean,
Shill.
let's not forget that he was probably one of the first people to sort of go after Jim, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I know that the vast majority of the internet now is sort of turned against Jim. I mean, I think people see what's happened to Jim.
No, Daddy Jim.
No, but I think the general
Daddy
consensus is
Jim.
it used to be a point where, like, if you typed in his name somewhere, you see hundreds of sort of defenders of the Squeegee Squad, you know, just sort of defending their daddy's honor. But even now, they can't defend 2 hours of super
They'll
chats
still
a day.
defend the daddy's honor.
I don't know.
They'll
I think the
defend
tide
the
has
member
turned.
streams.
The tide has
The
turned.
member streams. What?
The tide has
You're just
turned in
jealous of Jim.
Heartburn, and Heartburn was one of the
You're
key,
just jealous of Jim.
you know, frontiersmen on that. He was one of the forerunners on leading the charge against Jim there. So he deserves a bit of credit for that, does he not?
He really does.
Yeah, those are some pretty good videos.
And then we've also got Barry Blutnick. Now we fucking love Barry Blutnick on this show.
Barry Blutnick's absolute kino. That's Barry, Bletunick.
Yeah, with his PB&J show.
With his PB&J to the chat. Now Barry Blutnick is I think a confirmed paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah.
And his content
He's based.
His content is fucking based. There's a deep meaning and symbolism behind every aspect of Barry's videos. And as you watch them, you'll be just overwhelmed by the sheer nectar that you're consuming, the sheer high levels of kino, the fragrance of the nectar. It just, the aroma, it just wafts into your face, and you go, by God, I've been blessed by a master, by an auteur. You know, and that's the feeling. It's like a transcendental feeling.
It's like watching a Kubrick or a Scorsese film.
It's like staring into
transformational.
The face. It's like staring into the face of God.
Yeah.
And you witness that level of glory.
It's a true human experience.
It is.
Content, I think, out of anyone on YouTube. There hasn't been a there's just layers and layers beneath the entertainment.
It's
of
so dense.
these
Every
every frame
that
is a
he
painting.
weaves into his masterpieces, you know, and there's nothing else like it. You won't find anything else quite like what Barry Blutnick puts out, you know.
Well, I mean, he's reading Wikipedia. He's reading the paperclip entry on Wikipedia. It's got some of the best music you've ever seen. It's got some of the best artworks. He's got drawings of charcoal that he's like superimposing over the video there. Yeah. Truly letting us. I mean, if you want to know what it feels like to be paranoid schizophrenic, you just watch a Barry video.
You
right?
do, and
you're truly
right
in the
mindset.
Yeah, you're truly in the man's mind.
Yeah.
No, but Barry's got a lot of people that give him clips of saying PB&J to the chat.
So
Barry's
what is currently on 60 subs? He's done it for 12 years. But.
He's done so 12 years, 60 subs. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the 13th year will be one where he gets 1,000. So, what are the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying wins the best YouTuber under 1,000 subscribers?
We got an envelope in. So the best this year, the 2020 Golden Gun for best up and coming YouTuber is going to Barry Blutnick.
Wow, truly deserved. What
a very worthy winner there.
After all his years of hard work, finally some recognition.
Finally. A true auteur of the media.
You know, we were worried he was going to become a Lovecraft, not appreciated until after his time, but
I think that Golden Gun's going to take prime position in his household.
It is.
It's going to truly be displayed on the mantelpiece.
A master of his craft.
So our next nomination is. This is a very special award here.
Yes.
This is the Golden Gunt Award.
This is
presented by James Rolfe. Let's just take a moment.
This is the James Rolfe Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, let's just take a moment to sort of discuss this and the person who wins this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Now, there's a normal Golden Gun, which is what anyone can win if they give in a turn in a good enough performance in any given year. But the James Rolfe Lifetime Achievement Award is given to a man or a woman, God forbid, who has accomplished such high levels of kino and nectar.
Has been around with us for a long time.
Who's been with us for years and years, producing at a high level, whose contributions to the art form and to the craft
are second to none.
Are immense. You know, they're the giants that we stand on the shoulders of.
Yeah, and truly.
You know, and it just keeps coming.
It just, these are the sort of...
These are the masters that we'll never surpass.
The masters that will never surpass, whose legacies will live on.
We'll live on forever. We'll burn brightly even when we've all
You
passed.
know,
There's
they
awesome
blaze
ideas.
the trail.
This is it. They blazed a trail that we can only trail behind, you know, with wonky footsteps.
It's a lot easier once the pathway's there.
So who is this person we're presenting the
So,
Lifetime Achievement Award
This
to?
year's winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award, Surfer, is
So it looks like the winner for the 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award is going to Big Al 12,006.
Big Al 2K6.
So, I mean, he may not have been appreciated there, but he is indeed very much appreciated. We are being joined by Croc on the Golden Gun Awards 2020. Come along, Croc.
Oh, did you lock it?
No, do you want me to?
Yeah. Hey, the night crawlers.
Croc's not locked the door. What are we going to do? So, who has won? It's about time that he was truly recognized as the leader of the alt-right.
Big Al is really the leader of the alt-right, right? The savior of the white race.
Yeah, in the car.
Okay, yeah, suit up, man, because we're heading up for some really big cash.
You can do it. You can do it.
We'll take a quick intermission, right? So Croc's going to put on his suit for the Academy of Kino and Nectar here. So we'll just have a quick intermission then, shall we? Before we go into the last few categories.
How many categories are left? So you got 3.
Well, we've got 4 because one wasn't in an envelope.
One wasn't in an
Yeah.
envelope.
So we're down to the final 4. Cutting into the intermission.
But we've got some great categories coming up, some really, really big. At some point, we have to really recognize that, you know, we're in our 100th year now doing the Golden Gunts. You know, we've entered our century. It's really been an institution. It's really been, you know, a traditional event that we celebrate every year.
Gather together, you know, for decades now.
People watch it gathered around their televisions, you know, with their families in turn,
generation after generation,
cradling their children, you know, ensuring that, you know, one day perhaps you might win the Golden Guns. Perhaps you might be recognized.
It's a real culture masterpiece.
All you must say to anyone in life to have them take you seriously, you just,
yeah, you won a Golden Gun, and that instantly gives you validation and praise and justification in your life.
Oh, sir, I didn't know. Let me take care of that.
Yeah, yeah. Your meal is free. Do you know what I mean? Your meal is entirely free. You know,
you're a hero.
You're a hero. Here's your medal.
Endless riches and, you know, undying prestige and glory.
So all of our winners here will forever be remembered as winners of the 2020 Golden Guns.
What the?
Are you getting changed on stream there?
Are you stupid? Fucking Croc. What a fucking idiot Croc is, folks.
So, I mean, I suppose we should really discuss what's been happening with
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. So we went to see Birds of Prey, and I thought it was a terrible film. I thought it was absolutely appalling.
It's because you're a fucking plebeian.
I was sat there, just my jaw dropped about what we were watching. There were like SJW-esque feminists in the back of the theater, like whooping and cheering. Slay Queen! And I was just like, head in my hands.
Doesn't love and respect women enough.
I'm turning
fucking incel.
I turn to PP for some sort of sanity here. I'm looking at him like, what? And he's like whooping and yelling.
Yes!
He's imagining he's fucking Margot Robbie backflipping, kicking the evil white man.
Shit scenes were unreal.
Unbelievable.
Harley Quinn votes for Bernie fucking
Absolutely
Sanders.
Don't
listen to this fucking piece of
Harley
shit.
Quinn feels the burn.
She feels the burn.
And
Bernie!
So Harley, have we been reconnected? Okay, here we go. Harley Quinn feels the burn, and it shows you her political affiliation. It just flashes on screen, and as it does so, the entire theater's like whooping and
yes,
oh my
Bernie.
God.
Harley gets the egg sandwich, and it's the ultimate fucking tragedy.
So this egg sandwich scene is absolutely like anti-Kino.
It was incredible.
I've never cringed harder. I've never cringed harder.
Was this not like a tragedy on the level of like Shakespeare?
So
was this not like Hamlet?
The film ends, right?
The Scottish play.
The film ends, and I think, you know, this is going to be a race to the door here. Like, people are just going to float out of here. No, people clap. People are standing up and
It got a
clapping.
standing
Like
ovation.
what?
It's because you're the
Oh my
fucking,
God,
you're the
like-
fucking plebeian.
Like me and
The
the old
audience
man,
loved it.
me and the old man that the paramedics are trying to like resuscitate
How much
the cinema.
they all
And they're all
have
dressed up like Harley Quinn, and they're all like
They
they've
all
got these
have
like
the Harley
mallets.
Quinn popcorn bucket.
Oh.
They have the Harley Quinn collectible cup that they've had to pay like $20 fucking.
This is appalling.
For.
Like I am
know?
stunned. I'm shocked. And there's just this kid, right? This kid.
This little soy boy.
This little this a 10 out of 10.
It is a
Like
fucking
my
10 out of
letterbox,
10.
like I could, and we're standing by the door, we're waiting for our taxi to pick us up, and we're staring like as you walk into the cinema, they've got posters of the films you're about to see.
Yeah, and everybody's taking a picture.
Yeah, everybody's taking a picture with the Harley Quinn poster,
with the Harley Quinn poster.
like almost half of the entire.
Bird prey.
And I'm just standing there with my head in my hands, going, "What on earth is happening?"
And I was just yawsing.
And yeah, slay queen, slay.
Slay queen.
And then what happens is we finally get into this taxi, right? And the guy
So excited for Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad was the best.
This
He was
guy-
yawsing and are taking Cox his opinion.
I even have to like
But
picture.
he goes, "What did you think of it?" And Goggins goes, "It was okay." He's a liar. He lied to the cabbie about his true opinion.
So I lie and sell myself out just so I can get home and survive this taxi ride with this guy.
A taxi ride from hell.
So Crocs joined us.
All right.
He's- We're ready to do the next.
I'm not exactly sure what we're doing here.
We're doing the
You're-
Golden
you're
Gunts
doing-
Awards, Crocs.
You're doing a celebrity envelope opening.
I've lost.
So you're
the,
gonna
list.
present the next winner of the
Oh my
prestigious
God.
Golden Gun.
I've lost the list.
Oh, the prestigious, okay.
Has it all fallen apart?
Is it right here?
Got award, eh? Okay.
No, this is your hard to kill review. We've lost the list.
Oh, you're sitting on it.
Show is
You're
over.
sitting
Oh, the Croc's sitting on it.
Sorry, boys.
Is it? Oh, no.
Amateur hour.
Croc's just sitting on the nomination.
Amateur
Oh, this is
hour.
the nomination. Okay, I see.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, everyone stand up.
Is it time?
Stand up.
Yo, you sitting on something.
I'm sitting on the nomination. Okay. All right, so we're back from the intermission. Croc, get in the frame. Get in the shot.
Yeah.
This is quite a squeeze. Okay. Are we all in?
Yeah.
There we go. So, our nomination for Best Video of the Year, the Golden Gunts Awards. Nominations are Murdoch's In the Hall of the Optics King,
Yeah.
Sam Hyde's Deal with the Devil, Selling Your Soul. We've got Hollywood Gods Boogie 2988, I Want to Be You So Bad, where he pretends to be a Review Tech USA. And we've got Smoking Rants from Warcourt's Lord of Patriarchy, and specifically the one, Why Movies Will Continue to Suffer. Let's discuss those nominations there, PPP.
Well, where do we want to start? I mean, Murdoch is what, a standard bearer of excellence in terms of the comedic genre. And they've really hit a new magnum opus, a new high within the Hall of the Optics King, where they just devastate Nick Fuentes. They just go in hard on Nick Fuentes and his gay optics, how he has sex with cat boys and licks shit from the litter box or whatever. And they just get blown out. Milo gets fucking blown out royally. It's a very funny episode. And, you know, that's why I think it might very well be the best video of the year.
Well, you're a big fan of Murdoch, aren't you, Seth?
Well, you know, Murdoch is my favorite television show. I really enjoy it. And, you know, it just keeps getting better and better. And within the Hall of the Optics King, you know, I don't know how Fuentes is going to come back.
Well, this is it.
How he's even going to address it.
We reached the summit
Yeah.
of keynote there, man. Like one that might not even be surpassed by Murdoch itself.
We have, and you know, it's even a toss up between. They put out the odd episode with Murdoch's gay poems. You know, they're never as good because they're Murdoch's gay poems as the actual show is. But the last one, I think it was called Mythos, was a pretty unreal episode. But you know what? Like, even greater is in the Hall of the Optics King.
So I imagine Croc's sort of bewildered at this point. You're like, what are we talking about? What's a Murdoch? How would you explain Murdoch? They like 2D flash animations.
Oh, he knows. He's seen it.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So your opinion on Murdoch then, Croc?
It's very confusing.
Confusing how?
I have no idea who the characters are.
Okay. so perhaps Murdoch's on a full short of the best video category because they're almost indecipherable to someone.
Yeah.
Croc's knowledge.
Someone of Croc's IQ.
Yeah. Our next nomination was Sam Hyde's Deal with the Devil. Now, we love the Sam Hyde Deal with the Devil.
It's a tremendous video, isn't it?
He's making a deal with the devil, but the deal with the devil involves him being incredibly homosexual. He's like, instead of a pentagram, he's got a Star of David on the ground.
Yeah, we love Israel and we love the Jews here.
The devil's trying to sell him a used Honda.
Yeah, the devil's trying to get him to trade his soul for a Honda.
A Honda Element.
I have a 2015 Honda Element.
And then we are on Hollywood Gods Boogie 2988. I want to be you so bad.
He just calls him Review Tech USA.
So Hollywood God pretends to be Review Tech USA, giving advice to Boogie 2988, but in doing so, he makes a meta commentary on Review Tech USA himself, calling him a grifter, saying he wants to be you so bad.
It's a high level.
It's an amazing keynote. If you've not seen it, do watch it.
Yeah.
And then the fourth nomination was Smoking Rants Warcorpse. So Warcorpse has sat in his mother's backyard. He's got a big cigar in his hand. He's wearing a Yoshi t-shirt, and he's going to tell you why movies still suck now and aren't going to get better soon. It's an absolute keynote video. So Croc, do you want to tell us who won the Golden Gun Award?
Is this the one here?
Yeah, for the best video of the year.
All right.
So you've got to show them you're opening the envelope.
Show them the
Okay,
envelope.
all right. So this is the envelope here.
From the Academy of Kino and Nectar.
From the Academy of Kino and Nectar. And the winner of
Best video of the year.
best video of the year is it's Murdoch. Murdoch is the
In the Hall of the Optics King.
So
Now, I think that's a very worthy winner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very worthy winner.
considering I didn't know the other videos, I'd say Murdoch is a decent one.
But I mean, you won't find it on YouTube.
Well
You won't find it on YouTube, which is sad because it gets removed for hate.
Go to murdoch.net.
.net, and you'll find it there with
Yeah,
a whole
Murdoch,
litany of other great
Murdoch.net.
videos.
Yeah. They got a whole bunch of links up to PDFs and great books on there too. You know, you'll find a lot of great stuff at murdoch.net. And if you want to get a t-shirt, you can even get a t-shirt in the merchandise section.
Okay, so our next category for Golden Gun of the Year Award 2020 is Best Debate. Now, we've got 4 nominations for this category. We've got Sargon vs. Vorsh.
Yeah.
Round 1. Round 2 was...
Yeah.
We've got Destiny versus Mike Enoch.
Yeah.
We've got Styx versus E. Michael Jones.
That was pretty good.
And we've got Leo Pirate versus Lollysol.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just discuss what we've got there. Are any of those names familiar to you then, Croc? So let's just explain to Croc what we mean by this.
All right.
Sargon versus Vorsh.
So just imagine a really retarded British person.
Okay.
Not this guy, but another really retarded British person who's carried by their accent. Now imagine this retarded Britishman is debating a homosexual socialist or communist, actually.
Just an out-and-out communist.
An out-and-out communist who sucks penis. He literally is a homosexual.
Literally does all of that.
Regarding capitalism versus socialism for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
That
sounds like it might be a good one.
Well, I mean, so the communists start screaming at Sargon, and Sargon's just like smugly chuckling. But Sargon's also like BTFOing himself because he has no points to say.
Yeah.
He's actually quite
Oh,
retarded.
this is it. Yeah, it's just like 2 retards up there, just blindly hitting into each other.
But I mean, the round 2 happened not long ago, and round 2 consists of Vorsh, restraining himself almost. Not really.
Well, he's taking pity.
Yeah, he's not. So he's not screaming anymore. Instead, he's like doing double takes of the camera, looking at the audience like, "What is this
guy
retard?
serious?
Yeah, what is this retard I'm debating here? What's happening?" So, I mean, that was a keynote debate there. But does it win Best Stream of the Year? Or does Destiny versus Mike Enoch win Best Stream?
Well, Destiny versus Mike Enoch, kind of boring.
It was boring for the first, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get somewhere where Destiny was talking to Mike Enoch about his Jewish wife.
I don't
didn't
think
really
that
go.
one's going to be winning.
No, I don't think it is going to win, Croc. I don't think it is going to win. And then our third one was Styx versus E. Michael Jones on porn, I think it
which
was.
was a pretty good debate there. E. Michael Jones thought that everybody who Googled porn addiction was addicted to porn. This is E. Michael Jones
I
critical.
mean,
It's kind of true.
It's kind of.
It's kind of, and that was where.
Well, this is it. It got hung up on how. Is it legit that this many people, 63 million people or whatever, are addicted to porn? You know, and it should have gone a bit deeper than that.
E. Michael Jones was saying Styx was afraid to go by his real name.
Styx looks like Gretchen from
entertaining.
Recess.
Yeah, he looks like
No.
Gretchen.
Yeah, he
from-
looks like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
Oh.
he really does.
Oh, no.
It's bad. It's bad.
So what were they debating about?
Porn.
Yeah, porn.
Just about the porn.
Should porn
stuff.
be bad?
Yeah.
Banned.
Porn be
And
bad.
because Styx is like a Lolbertarian.
So we have the first one was debating about capitalism versus socialism.
Yeah.
The second one was debating about
like the ethno state. Oh, it was foreign policy in Israel or something.
that one sounds so boring. And then the third one was
Pornography.
about pornography.
Yeah.
It's got to be between pornography.
Well, so our
and
fourth
the,
debate is a Seventh Day Adventist
Okay.
versus Lolly Socks, who cross dresses as a French maid,
He
who
pours milk on
inhales
himself.
like
He has a porn
20-inch
dildo
horse-cock
that
dildos on
he
stream.
sucks off.
Okay. And what were they debating about?
Christianity and the values of such.
Christianity.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And whether or not it was based in red pill to suck a horse cock dildo.
Does that red pill? Does that
Well,
spread the
well,
word of God?
That sounds just ridiculous.
yeah, they're supposed to have a debate.
It'd be
There's
shocking
more
if
so
that
an
one comes out on
interrogation,
top.
you
I'll
know?
just say that. It'd be
Leo
shocking.
Pirate's just interrogating the guy about just all his different videos.
So
of
if you want my
homosexual
opinion,
actions.
It's between the pornography
Yeah.
and the other one that you
Well,
were saying.
who won
What
it?
was that
What
other
is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying? Now, these awards have been independently sealed and verified, and Croc's about to show the envelope to the ladies and gentlemen watching at home and reveal the winner.
So the winner of this award from the Academy of Kino and Nectar would be Styx versus EMJ.
E. Michael Jones.
Hey!
So the pornography debate won there.
Pornography
That
debate.
was the debate.
It was a-
That was
yeah,
the debate.
It was a
of
good
the
one. Yeah, it was a good one. It was. a
Okay.
good one.
It was the most entertaining. Sure.
That does
100%.
sound proper.
So we've got one more envelope left, and then two more categories
One more category.
after that envelope's open.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Golden Gun for Best Show. This is a really big one, right?
This is.
So this is the best late night show. We've got the Kill Stream, we've got Nick Fuentes' America First, and we've got the Waffle House. So, I mean, let's just talk about the McSpencer Group. This is where Edward Dutton
Edward
shines.
Dutton
He
just.
shines here. It's Dutton, an Irish child, and Richard Spencer, the Irish guy. They're just two titans. Who will
Fucking
fight.
high level with
guy.
Dutton. Pipe smoking guy fucking smoked too many pipes if you catch my fucking.
Yeah, it was worse than Kraut almost with his smoking relation.
Dutton's pretty unreal. He outshines Spencer a lot of the time.
I mean, really, it could have just been America First with Nick Fuentes. Kind of been ruined by his homosexuality.
He had his Groiper War moment for war.
Thoughts on Fuentes, Croc?
Can't say I know who the guy is.
So just envision a homosexual Mexican child leading the white race to oblivion.
Yeah,
He's
just
pretty much
imagine if the leader of the white race was
Right.
Mexican.
And a child.
And,
That doesn't
and
make any sense.
It doesn't
He's
make
got
any
a
just
boy
confused
voice.
as
Yeah,
you
and he's got
are.
an Australian catboy girlfriend who dwarfs him, right?
Yeah.
This guy,
Like, he's the bottom for this Australian catboy who sucks horse dildos.
Yeah.
So who is he again?
he's the leader of the white race.
He's the leader of the white race.
Well, I don't accept him as the leader of the white
No,
race.
but you know, Fuentes has got some pretty base takes, and you know he's doing a lot of good work lately. He's got his A coming up, you know, and
So
Is he like the
trusted
owner of a
person.
company?
the Catboy boyfriend. But you know, like he is doing some good work.
I think
On the
Surfer's
other
trusted
hand-
the plan far too much.
Surfer believes
You
the
gotta
plan.
trust
He
his
trusts
Okay.
the
man.
plan here, man.
All right.
Or you
So
get
that
droid.
one.
And then the third nomination was Killstream. Ethan
Kill
Ralph,
Stream.
Killstream.
Ethan Ralph. are
This is
covered
always a
with
strong
this.
one. Thoughts on Ethan Ralph here?
He's got a massive gun. I know that. It's the only thing. I
Have you
know.
seen the
Name of the
Gunts?
Guntus.
Yeah.
So can you describe the gun for the ladies
Guns?
and gentlemen?
If you've seen like if you're in the sky and you look at the moon, it's kind of like a moon hanging off of somebody's midsection, and by greasy and wet and hairy and disgusting. So That's pretty much
Does it haunt your nightmares, Croc?
every night. Every night. At
Is
least,
it slippery?
at least for a few minutes, I've got this slippery, greasy, disgusting, smelly gun, in my face, and I just know it's Ethan Ralph. So that's all I know.
And then we've got the Waffen House. Like the Waffen
Waffen
House,
House.
where they just murk their fat co-host. Fourth and ethno.
You know, there isn't a show that glows much brighter than the Waffen House.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Waffen House is a CIA scam.
It really is. They're definitely CIA run. Fuck.
They've got 1488 in their channel banner.
We're talking about the Waffle House.
The Waffen House.
Waffen.
Oh, okay.
The
It's not the
Waffen
breakfast diner.
No. This
But
is-
it is, so it is like their channel is in the shape of that, except they've got
It's-
like Heil Hitler.
Oh,
Instead of
okay.
Waffen
1488
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Waffen House.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Waffle House.
It
but
truly is a
rushes.
LARP. It's an extreme LARP. And
So
they glow in the
The
dark.
sun
So
is
what do
the
you guys
black
think of
sun.
that channel there?
It's Kino.
Oh, it is great.
It's the
It really
definition of anti-Kino.
But it might be a Fed bot to entrap white nationalists.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
might just be.
Well, show of the year.
So, Kino and Nectar have independently sealed and verified the nominations and winners
Okay, so the winner of this award
for the best show.
for the best show from the Academy of Kino and Nectar is the McSpencer Griop.
The Spencer Group,
The
ladies and
Spencer
gentlemen.
Spencer Group. All right.
All
Mainly
right.
for Dr. Dutton, right? Mainly for
All
Dr.
for
Dutton.
Dr. Dutton, the most base scholar of our time.
All right, lads. We're on our final category now. It's a big one, so we've got a lot to discuss.
That's the biggest.
And this is why we've saved it to last, because it's truly our most important golden gun that we hand out every year.
Yeah.
You know, of all the winners that have won it the past 100 years, this, you know, it really is
the
riding
most
on a legacy of,
prestigious.
of great and worthy
There's a
winners.
great lineage here at play.
It truly is. So,
What is it?
well, Surfer, our Golden Gunt Award, the final one of the night, goes to the biggest tragedy of the year. Biggest tragedy of the year. Who's going to win the 2020 Golden Gun for that? Our nominations are Aim, 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 the Warski, you know, trying to get one of his sycophants to murder someone in cold blood in the street. We've got the Pill Stream, Ethan Ralph, you know, going his mind on Xanax and barbiturates and just losing the faith of everyone entirely, begging
Yeah.
for Jim's return, you know, weeping as he does so. We got the Catboy date, single-handedly screwing and destroying Nick Fuentes' career in a matter of 10 hours. And then we've got Sargon's UKIP run, the entire 2019 period where he runs as a failed politician. He's kippered,
Destroys
he's
UKIP.
milkshaked, he's passion-fruited, and he's broken at the end of it. He becomes the national lolcow.
Not only is this the biggest category, but it's the most competitive category
100%.
we've seen.
Tragic, yeah.
Just absolute place. And so we're in the fortunate position, unfortunate for the victims, but fortunate for us to have candidates.
Yeah, and it's really
This
strong
year.
to pick, isn't it?
It's really tough. Charges. Warski's YouTube career completely fucking
Just
destroyed.
disintegrates. Are you aware of
Tanked.
this, Croc?
Fucking melted.
So-
What's hap-
So
What's
Warski starts like IRL streaming, right? And it's really good. He gets really drunk, and he has this army of sycophants around him. And one of these
who's
sycophants,
Andy Warski again?
Well, he hates.
So he's a white supremacist.
He's a yeah.
Warski feels a bit of courage inside of him, so he starts like random people in the street. He starts like, say, "We're not taking this from you." And so Warski goes almost sick him to the guy and starts saying, "Aim, aim, aim, fire the gun." And Alex has got his gun out here, and it's a single-handed disintegration of Warski's career.
Yeah.
It's absolutely shocking.
It
I
was.
mean, they approach these guys, and then these
Well, they were saying
guys-
racist shit, and the guys were going to kick your ass for being racist for super chat money. Well, no, you won't. We have a taser and we have guns.
But then like they left.
They beat them up, or
Well, they left, right, and they follow them, don't they?
Yeah, well,
Warski follows them as they're leaving.
they left, and then they see them in the distance, and then they go and they approach the
Yeah.
guys, and then the guys come back at them, and then they pull out the gun. Like,
Aim, aim, aim.
Aim! Stay back!
Yeah. He
It
lives
is
in.
like rampant
He really
as
makes
well.
the
Yeah,
country
this is
ashamed of
awful.
it.
Yeah.
Consider the
Oh, he's Portuguese.
yeah, it was an incredible, enduring legacy of AIM.
And then our next nomination is Pill Stream. Now, the Pill Stream was, as I described, you know, Ralph's completely trolleyed. He can't even speak. He's that liquored up, and he's on as many public shorts as possible. He can't speak. All he can
He has to
all he can verbalize is the word
Wasn't
jib.
his drive his own mother to
His
the
own
hospital?
son.
You get yourself an Uber.
Yeah.
You get you.
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's appalling.
9 in the morning.
What a guy! That's terrible.
It was a terrible. Just calling his co-host
So we can't
autist.
give this guy the award then.
Well, it's
Well,
a huge tragedy.
yeah, it's the biggest tragedy.
Oh,
It's a contender.
okay.
It's a contender.
So they might then.
And then our next nomination was Sargon's UKIP run. Now this is very strong.
Wow.
It's a conglomeration of many, many events. You know, we've got it beginning with I'll even rape you, the white N words. You know, it depends on the child. All of this horrendous stuff that he said is all thrown back at him by the mainstream media as he's making a political move in the real world.
And it fulfills what Jim had said to him.
Exactly.
This is going to happen to him. And
Yeah.
he's going to get wiped out. And he was so cocky and smug. You don't even own a suit, Jim.
And he becomes the national locale.
He becomes the national locale,
Unironically.
and at the same time destroys an established political party.
Just completely sinks it,
burns
ruins
it to the fucking ground.
Nigel Farage is disavowing every day. Like Jared, whatever his name is.
Batten,
Batten,
Batten.
yeah. Batten's doing guarding, Sargon shielding on live television because he's having to
Sargon's
cover
brought
for all
on
the
a
retarded
Katie
things he
Vick's
said.
program to be humiliated by everyone.
Vicky Derbyshire just reads out quotes from the general public where they're saying, you remind me of my rapist. And all this stuff. Like,
and then
holy
Sargon goes, well, I was raped.
Yeah, then Sargon pulls this bullshit card out of nowhere saying that he was raped. Completely shameless.
The ultimate end result is Sargon got less than 1%.
Sargon he didn't even poll. He didn't even average. It was absolutely shocking. So I mean, four big tragedies there.
Because this one happened so early in the year, it's easy to underrate it.
Yeah.
Makes it a bit underrated, but when you give it a fair consideration, this one's a really strong contender.
So now this
Hard
was
to
the
compete
award.
with.
Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do is just give me a brief 7-word summary about each one of these options.
Well, there's one more.
Okay,
No, there's 4.
Was that
Only
4?
Yeah.
that was the end of it,
Worski,
right?
the Pillstream, Sargon.
And Catboy Day.
We didn't talk about the Catboy Day.
Oh, we didn't talk about.
No, we
Catboy
forgot
Day?
about the Catboy Day.
Okay,
The
well,
only
let's-
thing with the
We talked about it
Sargon one
earlier.
is it's not so tragic because you make your bed and you sleep in it. You know?
Yeah.
So just like a 7-word summary.
All right,
of
fine.
Worski
Okay.
here.
So Worski tries
Yeah.
to get one of his fans to murder someone in cold
Yeah,
blood. Pillstream, alcoholic, drug addict,
Abuses
disintegrates
his
live on
family,
set.
career in a political
and
party.
becomes like a national joke.
Okay, so it's got to be probably the second one there. They said that he just is just a disgusting human being. to
You
his
mean Ethan
family.
Ross Pillstream?
Yeah. He said he was just horrible to his family. Right?
Yeah. He makes his mother get an Uber.
Croc
'Cause he won't
thinks
drive us
that's
to
the tragedy of
Well,
you know what?
so-
It could be the first one too. I mean, Andy Worski getting somebody to kill somebody.
This is it,
Trying to
yeah.
get them to kill somebody. That one probably.
Well, what-
You can vote on it. Yeah.
Well, we'll do a quick.
A lot of good, and There's
courageous.
a lot of the Zoomers.
Yeah,
you
well-
know? But
So he markets
It
himself
all
as
just
like
fell apart.
a sanctimonious Catholic, and then he reveals that he's
Right.
got this degenerate.
Right.
goes to show you can never trust a Catholic.
I
Never
gotta.
trust a
Brought
Catholic.
this
If I was going
tragedy
to cast
upon
my
us.
vote, it's got to be for Sargon. It's
Okay.
like a Shakespearean tragedy.
Yeah.
This is on the greatest of scales, just destroying a national party, destroying his life, becoming a national and on a level which I don't think I've ever seen before. This guy, he's just been exposed as a total fraud and a joke, and he'll never recover.
So Croc, what's your vote?
Well, I'm leaning more towards probably the one where Andy Worski tried to get somebody to kill somebody. I think that's.
So we're split then.
Probably.
We're split. The
What
jury
if they
is.
were
it's just-
insured,
it's
buddy?
just
The jury's
extremely-
What if the guy with the gun was insured?
Yeah, it's
Is
not.
it such a
Insurance doesn't
tragedy?
cover.
Nation.
It's just some degenerate stuff.
It's a number from 1 to 4. It's a number from 1 to 4, right? And flood the chat with a number from 1 to 4. And one is Aim Worski. Number 2 is Pillstream, Ethan Rao. Number 3 is Nick Fuentes' Catboy. You've got a minute to vote, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta go 3, chat.
Kraut votes 3.
Lots of people are saying 2. Lots of people are saying Pillstream.
We got a 4.
We've got a 4 for Sargon. Sargon's not quite as popular as he should
We
be.
got on 1 or Sargon. Person Man's voted.
Nick Fuentes' Catboy date. and 4 is Sauron's UK.
Now we're
run.
getting 4s and 3s. 3 to 4.
Can you pick a
hard-
winner
Well,
there?
3 for the winning vote.
So our judge, PPP, is going to choose a winner from the chat here. Give them a minute.
Just give
Holy
them
fuck,
not
it's
even
so
30
even.
seconds. So. But 30
It's hard to call.
What's
Our
it
independent
even?
judge, PPP, is finding this a difficult decision to make.
What's it even between?
All numbers, really. All of them.
We're getting votes for every single number. I think
It's such a tough category. It's hard to choose a
So
distinct
once it turns to 30, just count them up and only give each person 1 vote. Okay, go. That's it. Closed.
Right. So voting has closed, ladies and gentlemen. And our returning officer, PPP, is about to announce the
I'm
results
having a look.
for the biggest tragedy of the year. Who's going to win this Golden Gun 2020, the final nomination, the final category?
Well, when we remove the spammers like fucking Bronx Beats and
Any spammers, just disavow.
Their
vote.
vote is discounted. Anyone spamming has their vote discounted.
Discounted
Person Man's
completely.
votes discounted.
Well, how are you going to call this, PPP?
It looks as though, by the way it's shaking out, is that number 1.
Number 1 wins the Golden Gunt of the year for biggest tragedy. And that is aim, Andy Warski willing someone to be murdered.
Stay back!
Stay back!
Aim, ladies and gentlemen.
Aim!
That's awful.
There
It
we
really
go.
is. It really is awful.
So thus concludes the 2020 Golden Gunt Awards. I've been joined by Croc, a late arrival here, but
Right.
nonetheless.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
That's
I
important.
appreciate you guys having me on the show.
We've been joined by Surfer here.
Yeah, Juice.
We've been joined by PPP, as always, you know, a stalwart co-host in the
Yeah.
Academy of Kino and Nectar's announcements of the Golden Gunt Awards. And long may the Golden Gunt Awards continue.
Long may it continue forever and ever
So for now,
in the multiverse.
farewell. It's been a great stream. I don't know what numbers we've reached, but I don't think we've done very well in terms of viewers.
We only had
I
like
think
2.
it maxed out about 200.
About 200, so not too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we've got more than Bibble there. But
Yeah.
as always, it's been a fun ride. We've done